Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I know many people thought that Suresh Menon would not come today, but I say to you, his consistency and viscosity is unmatched and undefeated in the universe of consistency and that other thing. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Suresh Menon.
अरे भाई जरा मुझ पर उल्टी क्यों कर रहे हो भाई? ठीक है।
जावेद जी आपका स्वागत। कैसे हैं आप?
मैं बिल्कुल उम्दा किस्म का आज मैं एक क्या बोलते एक्सपीरियंस से गुजर रहा हूँ और
वाह
आपको देखकर बहुत ही खुशी हो रही है मुझे कि आपके
वाह।
दांत को देखकर मैं आपको दांत देना चाहता हूँ।
नहीं, मेरे पास है ऑलरेडी, बहुत ही ज्यादा है सर मेरे पास, तो थैंक यू। आई फॉरगॉट हाउ टू डू द एक्सेंट।
दिलीप कुमार बिकम ड्रैकुला।
कैसा है भाई? क्या चल
All
रहा है?
good, man, bro. All good,
या
bro.
ब्रो,
Yeah.
व्हाट्स हैपनिंग ब्रो?
Yeah, that's all happening. So, ladies and gentlemen, the guy with the original viscosity and the consistency,
कौन है?
the one and only Hoezaay Kowako.
प्लीज प्लीज
सर,
बैठ
आपके
जाइए।
बगैर तालियां हम बैठ जाइए। आपके बगैर हम कोई कुछ नहीं है, देखिए। और जब तक होजे है यहाँ पर ये प्रोग्राम चलता रहेगा।
क्या टाइम
ये
पास है
सिरिल और साइरस या मैंने इनसे कोई फायदा नहीं होने वाला बस। लेकिन होजे
सर।
जी,
व्हाट्सएप
होजे
ग्रुप में जगू दादा जी बोलिए।
होजे जी का क्या क्या बहुत ही अच्छा बंदा और रेगुलरली आते रहते हैं यहाँ पर।
जग्गू एंड सलमान मिक्स हो गया अब थोड़ा। ठीक है, बोलिए बोलिए। यस,
ये थोड़ा ASMR आप सब लोग
JSMR है ये,
ये
जग्गू दादा।
जग्गू दादा।
बट सर, मैं आप ये बहुत अच्छा ट्रेन का नकल आप कर रहे हैं, बट लेकिन मैं बोलना चाह रहा था कि सीरियल और साइरस दोनों ने छोटा सा प्रॉमिस दिया है कि शायद वो आएंगे। हर सैटरडे
छोटा
को उनका डिनर होता है ये टाइम पे, तो
कब बोर होने
अगर
के
वो
बाद आ जाएंगे।
देखते हैं। अरे कौन आया?
अरे
अरे
इतना जल्दी?
मैं सॉरी, मैं भूल गया। ओ नो, ओ नो, बटन मत दबाओ, तुम लोग क्या कर रहे हो? अरे कोई आ गया अंदर, सॉरी, मैं अभी प्रेस किया। आई फॉरगॉट टू रिमूव दैट वो वेटिंग रूम मैंने डाल दिया वापस।
ओके
गाइस,
ओके,
गो टू द डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ दिस वीडियो,
ठीक है बड़ो।
उधर आपको मिल जाएगा जूम लिंक। आ जाना वेटिंग रूम में और प्लीज टेल अस योर गोस्ट स्टोरीज, योर सुपरनैचुरल एक्सपीरियंसेस, पैरानॉर्मल एक्सपीरियंसेस। यस, थैंक यू, वेलकम न्यू सब्सक्राइबर्स। और देखो, लाइक वी सेड इट बिफोर, सुरेश, दूसरों का स्टोरी हमको नहीं सुनने का है।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
प्लीज आपका खुद का या दादाजी, मामा जी, दादी माँ की स्टोरीज वो आप
अच्छा,
बता
दूसरे
सकते
का
हैं।
मतलब दूसरे का स्टोरी दूसरे का वो लोग बोल देंगे, है ना?
या
उतना ही
और
है।
डेफिनेटली दूसरे ऑलरेडी जो गोस्ट स्टोरी स्ट्रीम्स है वहाँ से स्टोरी लेके यहाँ पे मत लेके आना, पूरा गड़बड़। अच्छा चलता है एक्चुअली, एंगेजमेंट के लिए अच्छा है, लोग झगड़ने लगते हैं, मत करो ये सब। मैन सुरेश, वाट लग गया भाई, क्या बताऊँ आपको। पीपल आर सेइंग
मैंने
अरे अद्भुत नहीं हुआ एंड ऑल बिकॉज ये लोग को चिल करना था। आई डोंट नो हाउ टू टेल यू, आई हैड अ लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग सिचुएशन, सुरेश।
I believe your wife threatened you yesterday, right?
Yeah, separate life threatening thing. But you would like to speak to my doctor?
Oh, I believe so. So,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen,
रो
oh,
रोजे जी को बस थोड़ा सा जुकाम हो गया था, कुछ नहीं, बस में एकदम बच्चों की तरह रोने लग गया। वाट लग गया यार, जस्ट अ कोल्ड एंड अ कॉफ, आई वाज बजाउड। आई एम स्टिल रिकवरिंग लाइक
you didn't
स्लाइटली।
test and all that stuff, right? You didn't test.
I
Did you
tested
conduct?
but for herpes. I'm kidding. I did not. It's not COVID, thankfully. But
Yeah.
तो शुरू करते सर, टाइम पास हो गया अपना,
बस बिल्कुल।
कर
लेकिन अब
सकते
अभी आप कैसे महसूस कर रहे हैं?
हैं।
और
मैं
इसके मैंने सुना कि आपको डॉक्टर ने बेड रेस्ट भी कहा था, उसके बावजूद आप यहाँ पर आकर बैठे हुए हैं। कल आपकी परिस्थिति ऐसी थी कि आप बैठ भी नहीं पा रहे
बिल्कुल
थे।
बिल्कुल, देखिए जब
और
काम है और लोगों को नहीं, आई डोंट हैव एन आंसर टू दैट, पर ऐसे ही मैं कुछ कर नहीं, क्या करें।
जोरदार ताली और ये विशाल अग्निहोत्री जोरदार।
बोनी हो गए, रिले बोनी हो गए। उसके उनके पहले एक्चुअली बोनी हो गया था। इट वाज
बिल्कुल।
आरू बासु
ओ,
आपके पहले भी एक बोनी आ गया था, मैं मिस किया, पता नहीं बेचारा मेरे को डीएम में गाली देगा. विशाल अग्री, हेलो गाइस, बोनी हो गए, सॉरी फॉर बीइंग एब्सेंट लास्ट टू टाइम्स, वॉच्ड इट लेटर, gave me all the habubus. Yes, last time we did have some crazy stories. Okay,
या
गोल्डी रॉजर पॉपकॉर्न आगे रिले.
आएगी रही अभी थोड़ी देर में.
देखो, माय फिजिकल बॉडी इज वेरी टायर्ड, तो शायद परिणीति विल नॉट बी एबल टू टेक इट ओवर टुडे. वो कनेक्शन रहना चाहते हैं. आई डोंट नो.
So do you have
आई डोंट
fever
नो.
at this moment at presently?
नो नो सर, नो सर, आई हैव नॉट मेट अ घोस्ट, so no fever.
Okay,
शुरू
oh,
करें सर?
please जरूर.
माहौल
जोरदार
बनाइए.
बोलो सर.
जोरदार जोरदार. वाओ,
शांक 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 शांक.
वेरी नाइस, वेरी नाइस. सॉरी, एक दो बटन दबा के आता हूँ. गर्मी यार सुरेश, हो गया अभी वो.
Oh man, क्या हो गया?
वी वेंट फ्रॉम जैन टू मार्च, मतलब फरवरी किधर गया?
I
क्या
swear.
कहाँ
I
छुपा
think
हुआ है? किधर छुपा हुआ है फरवरी?
as long as that COVID doesn't come back, we all be very happy now. Very. अरे please शुरू कीजिए. आकाश चोपड़ा क्रिकेटर जी.
Thank you, correct. I am getting well. I'm at that edge, where you're just about to get well. देखते हैं क्या होता है. Hi cuties. So I have just, आपका पहला नाम पढ़ने में मेरा आधा घंटा निकल जाएगा. Sanahad Begum Sheikh. Oh, sorry, I'm not using Sanahad Begum Sheikh. It's like a tongue twister. Nice. All right, here we go. Akash Chopra. Boop. आकाश, क्या कर दिया सुरेश? आकाश, हे आकाश, पीछे देखो. अरे
Hey,
सुरेश, you
this
know what
Akash
this
Chopra the
means?
cricketer.
No, I don't think so. I really doubt it.
100%. If he shows his switches on his camera, we'll know.
But
Hi
Suresh,
Akash, how? See there. Yes,
नहीं,
Akash.
नहीं.
Hi Akash.
When we start with
It's been
blank
a long
calls,
time.
ना, इसका मतलब.
It's been a really long time. How are you
Yeah.
doing, sir?
I'm good.
It is Akash Chopra, man.
Suresh,
Yeah.
he's entered the conversation after you, like 30 seconds later.
Yeah,
आकाश
but it
जी,
is.
प्लीज अपना कैमरा ऑन कीजिएगा. आकाश जी.
Akash ji. See?
He was like, नहीं, मेरे को
No,
नहीं
it
दिखाने.
was Akash Chopra, the cricketer.
Yes, Suresh, you don't
And the
understand
commentator.
how happy this makes me. Pehla call. Blank call, you know what this means?
Akash Chopra.
I mean, I'm
जोरदार
hoping,
तालियां.
Arey, it's not.
One of the best commentators on Hotstar.
Acha, stories. I'm talking about the stories being good. When we get like a terrible starting or like blank
I know
calls.
I recognize the voice. So it has to be Akash Chopra. I'm very sure it was Akash.
Obsessed.
And
Man.
we have done commentary together. So I don't know why you think I'm Anda Pav. Anda Pav.
क्या शुरुआत हो गई रे भाई लोग. और शुक्रिया आप सब लोगों का. प्लीज़ भूलिएगा मत, डिस्क्रिप्शन में जाइए और वेटिंग रूम में आइए. आज से आप आपको, अगर आपको किसी को प्रेजेस देना, आपको डिस्कॉर्ड में आना पड़ेगा. somebody commented saying I just put an update, same update that I put on Discord, I put it on YouTube, and they said you have forgotten your old fans. I am too old to learn to use Discord. So I was like, but this कोई जबरदस्ती नहीं है. आप इधर भी कर सकते, उधर भी कर सकते, किधर भी कर सकते.
बिल्कुल किधर
के
भी
ऊपर
मैं तो साइड में भी करता हूँ.
मैं तो बकेट में कर देता हूँ. But sir, very bad, Suresh. Don't steer me towards kakatari jokes, okay?
I didn't.
I saw what you did there. How dare you?
I promised myself today I'm not going to mention any of those things. See, I'm not even saying those things.
You have some special powers
No,
to get other
no.
people to talk about dirty.
No. Today I was very upset after reading the chat. That lady was really trolling us. I
Hey,
felt
Anda
really
Pav.
bad.
अंडा पाव, क्या कर रहे हो?
वो एक
जल्दी.
शरीर का एक हिस्सा जो निकलता है उसके ऊपर नहीं जानो.
I'm loving it. Another blank call, bro. This is going to be like the scariest ghost story stream you've ever watched in your life.
ए दिसे नहीं अंडा पाव
अच्छा,
काचा
आ गया अंडा
बादाम.
पाव आ गया सुरेश.
आ गया
आ गया. उसको अनम्यूट करना है. मैंने क्लिक कर दिया.
अंडा जी
अंडा पाव जी.
अंडा
कृपया
पाव जी
अपना-
अंडा पाव जी जहाँ पर भी अंडा पाव जी घोड़ा नंबर 4 पे आ जाइए. अंडा पाव जी जहाँ पर भी हो प्लीज.
गाड़ी
आपका
नंबर
सामान छूट
अंडा
गया
पाव.
है.
आ जाओ.
आपका सामान छूट गया आके लेके जाइए.
क्या कर रहे?
नहीं
No, this makes me very happy. चलो अंडा पाव, आपका भुर्जी हो गया. उनको निकाल देते सुरेश.
बिल्कुल
आज की स्ट्रीम सिर्फ सुरेश के इशारों पे. सुरेश अंडा
हटाओ,
पाव को
हटाओ. निकाल दो.
Wow,
हटाओ
didn't even waste time thinking about it. चलो अंडा
Yeah, this
पाव.
is like we waste 5
आप आ जाओ
minutes
वापस.
लोगों का हमने वेस्ट कर दिया. उसके रुकिए.
गलत बात है, गलत, बिल्कुल गलत. और बाकी सुरेश सब ठीक घर पे? Doing well? Arey, I pressed the wrong button twice. Karthik, calling Karthik, वो आने वाला है. Karthik भी blank calls, bro. I don't know. I think इधर ही stream बंद कर देना चाहिए because the stories are gonna be phenomenal. Now we'll get all rubbish stories. All right, Mukta. Hey, Mukta. नहीं Mukta. Before we can have Mukta, sorry Mukta, we don't want to get into that conversation about please baad mein and all. So thank you so much, Mukta. So maybe Mukta was here before, na Suresh?
I didn't see your
था ना?
face. I was actually messaging someone.
अरे कैसे रे? Sorry Mukta, आप वापस आ जाइएगा अगले साल.
क्या बात है, जोरदार तालियों के साथ.
तालियों के साथ.
मुझे लगता है
Mukta,
गोस्ट
goodbye.
ही है हमारे शो में.
Don't worry,
प्रणव
don't worry.
जोशी. प्रणव जोशी.
मैं बीमार
अरे.
हूँ बे, लेकिन उतना भी बीमार नहीं जयदीप. मैं देख सकता, मैंने देख
अरे
लिया.
रोहित शर्मा.
अरे प्रणव जोशी जी. मैं जोशी जी और ये प्रणव जोशी जी.
Hello, hi.
Everybody
Hi,
smile.
Hey,
hello,
Hi,
hello,
hi,
hello.
hi, hi.
से.
Thank God for that.
Hi. I've been on the stream before, पर आपका टाइमर रीसेट हो गया. लास्ट ईयर आया था मैं.
एक मिनट चेक करने दो.
दिसंबर में आया.
Beep, beep, boop, boop.
1 second.
Allow
December.
user.
ना?
Correct.
December. Pranav. 1 second. I'm just checking.
Correct. You have a book.
I don't know whether this one
I made a list.
November यार that कमजोर हो गया अभी.
मैंने एक
Anyway,
Excel sheet
my
बनाया था.
story-
Okay.
Okay, चल. शुरू करते हैं, guys.
So,
It's over to
yeah.
you, brother. It's all
Yeah.
yours. Sub, the whole stream is hinging on you.
Thank you. ऐसा पूरा माहौल बना के भी बैठा दिया विया है सब कुछ है
Oh
इधर.
अरे वाह,
man,
क्या बात.
freaky. Go for it.
Okay, yeah. So this happened in 2011 with me. Suresh, दोस्त नहीं है, उनका friend type, remove type कुछ नहीं है. It is my own story. And can you hear me? अटक गया था, कुछ हुआ था.
नहीं
बीच
अभी
में.
चल रहा है. आप
बोलो.
स्ट्रीम पे ध्यान मत दीजिए, हमारे पर ध्यान दीजिए.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. I
कोई नहीं
can
देता
see
है.
you guys moving that side. Okay.
Oh, we were
So-
actually listening to you like this.
Yeah. Okay. So this happened in 2011. Half my family stays in Pune, so I keep visiting every summer. Context done. So I was visiting my grandmother in July, and essentially it's Pune is very rainy, and Pune is the queen of the Deccan, so it's constantly raining. But there was those 2-3 days when you felt like, okay, Shravan has already come, so then it's good to kind of roam out and go out. So if you guys know, you've been to Pune, there is the Khadki cemetery that is in Khadki in Pune, and that cemetery is important. It's actually a historical monument and a relic. It is important because Indian soldiers who fought for the British during World War II, they died. I think it's, some World War I soldiers are also entombed over there. And I think 1 or 2 maybe British soldiers are entombed there. I'm not sure. But yeah, it is actually a war cemetery created during the British and just post-independent era to commemorate all the soldiers that fought for the empire and died. So I had never been there, and my Ajji, my grandmother, she used to. Their old house was near the Khadki cemetery, which is actually near the basically the Pune canton, the old Pune cantonment area. So she's like, okay, I'll take there one day just to roam around, and the place is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or something. So we reached just at 4 p.m. and it's overcast. It's not raining yet. It's overcast, and we're like, okay, let's not rain, but we still have umbrellas and everything. And we reached the gate, and there's this guy standing there. He says, "Ki, 6 o'clock is going to shut down, and like whatever, we just take a tour. There's nothing here. It's rainy, so we shut down early. So just take a walk around, and you're out." We said, "Okay, not a problem." And my grandmother kind of like she used that time also she had some muscular issues in the leg, and she used to walk slowly. So I used to hold her and take her around, and she was being all nostalgic and talk. It's maybe 5:15 around. She's being nostalgic, talking about we used to live here, live there, and all of that. And then suddenly she's like, "You wait, I'm just coming. You go ahead, I'm just coming." I said, "Where? What happened?" She said, "No, you just go ahead. Go." So there is a line of trees once the tombstones end, and she said, "You just go stand there. I'm coming. I just need to talk to you." That is what she said. I'm like, okay. So then I went and stood there, and they started drizzling a bit. But my grandmother had her umbrella. So she's like, okay. I'm like, okay, I'm standing. I see Ajji going there. I'm going to talk to him. And then she goes, she's conversing with him for a while. Something's happening. And then suddenly what happens is that my Ajji starts bursting into tears. Standing there, I can see, Ajji, what happened? I run away. Ajji, what happened? Why are you crying? What happened? She's like, and then she's like, she told me that this man is actually completely resembles a friend I had met in my childhood. I'm like, how is it possible? So she's like, this man here is actually the grandson of the landlord of where we used to stay. I said, okay, he looks. I mean, that's nice. And then I started talking to him. Oh, do you know your grandfather used to own this vada where we used to stay as tenants and all of that? And but how come? How are you so poor and how are you a chowkidar? Then he tells about some issues that happened in his family and they lost their land to a builder or something in the 70s and 80s, and that's why he's a chowkidar over there. And then we bid him goodbye and then we leave. And then we come home. And then the next day, my grandmother starts vomiting the very next day. I don't know whether these incidents are related or not. She starts vomiting. And the whole day she's like, there are she's having seizures, some slight fever. We thought it is old age. We call the doctors. They give her all the antibiotics, everything, but it's not sort of easing her pain in any way. The whole day passes. She sleeps all night. The next morning she's a bit better. And then in the newspaper, then like the newspaper comes in and all of that. Then we read that basically we read that near Khadki, 3-4 days ago there was an accident, and the chowkidar had actually passed away or something.
Oh God!
And maybe that is the guy, and chowkidar is somebody completely different. I think there was the photo was also there. And Pune Mirror, I think Pune Mirror has now shut down as a publication also. So that photo was there, and that person was completely different. And I'm like, okay, this is not the guy. And then my mom said no, and then my nani says that no, he looked exactly like the landowner because he was a descendant maybe. And then, but we don't know who that man was. Was he the landowner himself who came as a chowkidar? Was he the guy who died in an accident near Khadki Cemetery? We don't know who that person was. So all of these incidents could not be interrelated at all. They could just be a string of coincidences, but this is what has happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Close
Very
encounters of the third kind.
suspicious and unnerving circumstances.
No
Interesting
confirmation
stuff.
whether the person we saw was the guy who passed away in an accident,
Yeah.
whether he was actually the ghost of the tenant of where my grandmother used to stay in a vada. We don't know who the person is.
Wow.
प्रणव जोशी जी शुक्रिया हमारे साथ ये
बहुत
अनर्विंग
अच्छा।
स्टोरी शेयर करने के लिए।
बहुत अच्छी शुरुआत की उन्होंने, और जिस तरीके से उनका प्रोनाउंसिएशन रहा, बहुत ही मजेदार किस्म सुना। क्या बात है।
I like how you're giving him points like he's on Indian Idol or
Yeah, we should
something.
start doing
बहुत अच्छे
that.
तरीके से आपने।
We are doing this Indian ghost stories, IGS.
Yeah. IGS. Sounds like irritable bowel syndrome. Pranav Joshi ji, shukriya. Thank you. Have a good one, buddy. Thank you so much. Wow.
बहुत अच्छे।
Very creepy and unnerving, Suresh.
And just imagine seeing somebody from the past and then reading about that person actually having passed away. My God, that must be quite a traumatic experience. And there's press reports to support this story. So not bad at all.
But like you said, it could have also been that whole mahal, the fact that they were at a cemetery.
Yeah, there's some wherever I think even normally you pass by any cemetery, irrespective of what religion you are, you do feel that a sense of sadness and fear also, of course. You know, when you pass by, but I feel more of sadness when I pass by cemetery and crematorium.
I feel a little bit of fear.
I don't.
Yeah.
Anyway.
सबका अलग अलग रहता है सर, आपको तो
बस
पता ही
उतना
है।
ही तो, बिल्कुल बहुत अच्छी शुरुआत की जोशी जी ने, और हमारे साथ यहाँ पर जुड़े हुए हैं अब पता नहीं कौन। अच्छा, 1 second, I just want to read out a few messages if you don't.
Of course, sir. Please knock it away.
Arun Kumar Nama. He says his name is on Zoom. It is Arun Story, and he had actually sent me a little bit of a synopsis on his story. It's quite scary, and wow, and I wouldn't want to hear it, but it's quite scary from what he has sent me.
Oh, that's it, sir. I gave you. मैं कैमरा में बंद किया. I thought
नहीं,
पूरा मोनोलॉग होगा.
फिर सुनिए, और भी है.
बोलिए ना, बोलिए.
आर्या बोरसे के पास भी बहुत अच्छी कहानी है, बोल रहा है कि अच्छा वो तो अद्भुत कहानी का है. So there's he send me something for Adbut stories. So I'll discover. I mean, somebody. I think this is an old news, by the way.
Suresh,
it's an old news.
Ranga borse.
अरे bigger. So
apologize for
Arya,
that,
this is a very nice news article that she shared with me, and he said this is about the discovery of a 300-year-old mummified mermaid. Ooh.
Mummified mermaid.
Yeah. So There are there, but even I went through
I
Google
don't
after
know
you sent
about
me
that
this, and
one.
it's quite scary.
No, I feel like when whoever was burying the body or mummifying it, they must have said कि ए आधा आधा वो मछली का डाल देते,
आधा थोड़ा
1000 साल
मछली
में
कर
लोगों
देते
को अजीब लगेगा.
and somewhere in room देते आधा थोड़ा
Rubbish.
ऐसा डाल देते, मछली का थोड़ा डाल देते, फीन वीन सब, थोड़ा मजा आएगा. Very nice.
All right, moving तेजी से, moving swiftly, moving to the next caller.
और moving on, सुब्रतो मुखर्जी.
पता नहीं क्या सुनाएगा सुब्रतो जी. भाई सुब्रतो को नहीं सुनाना था, ऐसा ही आ गया वो बीच में. Don't forget, guys, you got to go to the description of this video, go to the Zoom link over there, come into our waiting room, chai vai pee lo. Of course, we don't have any chai, so whoever's offering you that, it could be anything. Be a little careful. Dikhte kaun hai? Somebody named Acer has just joined us. I think they're trying to join some kind of seminar, and they joined here by mistake. Let's see. क्या होता है. Mayur Iyer says, nice story. It makes it very important to have lots of positive energy within oneself to avoid attracting negative energies.
I'm sorry, but I just saw your Insta post and I'm laughing at it.
What Insta post?
It's so brilliant when you take a break and post after a couple of days.
Yeah.
See, मेरा तो normal days में भी ऐसे ही है. So anyway.
I knew you were going to say something like that. Hey, Sarji. क्या है? Press 1 for ghost stories, 2 for customer support, 3. I don't think Acer ji आप
Okay,
म्यूट मार चुके हैं.
अरे
आप अनम्यूट मारो.
अरुण ने मिल रहा तेरे को, अरुण कुमार, उसका
ऐसा
नाम
बोल
है
रहा है
अरुण
जैसे कि
स्टोरी.
अरुण घूम रहा है इधर मेरे घर के पास.
अरुण
क्या?
स्टोरी, वेटिंग रूम में अरुण स्टोरी उसका नाम है.
ठीक है, अरुण स्टोरी. ठीक है.
क्यों अब अभी एसर बहुत टाइम हो गया. चलो, वी आर गिवन देम नॉट इनफ टाइम टू.
सुरेश एकदम आज मूड में.
भाई एकदम
हटा
हटा. नहीं देख, दूसरों का टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करना हम लोग. वी लव वेटिंग फॉर
Who
पीपल.
were you
दैट्स
saying?
ओके.
Somebody's
अरुण
stories.
अरुण स्टोरी.
अरुण जी, आप पता नहीं अपना व्हाट्सएप स्टेटस का आपने कर दिया कि क्या, लेकिन जूम में कोई नहीं है अरुण स्टोरी करके.
अरुण स्टोरी, सॉरी जी, सॉरी
सब
जी.
तेरे जैसी है सुरेश. They write somewhere else only.
So Mandar Khopkar has got a really scary story, it seems, and
I was attacked by a mosquito during the previous story, man. So dangerous. Arey, from the mountains. Oh my gosh.
Dinesh Karthik.
He's in the process of going to heaven. He's calling us to tell us a ghost story.
Actually, I am at the airport and I was watching ghost stories with
Sala
you guys.
airport में दिख रहा है ये. Amazing.
तो क्या करें?
कैसे है भाई?
I just all good. I just got connected. I mean, I just logged in and got connected. I feel very lucky. So
Thank you, sir. We are the lucky ones कि आप एयरपोर्ट से हमें कॉल करें. हाय नीतीश, हाउ इज इट गोइंग? हीरा आदमी, थैंक यू फॉर योर मैसेज. कितना स्वीट. प्लीज नीतीश ठाकुर का चैनल पे भी जाके देखना, अपना इंटरव्यू चल रहा है उधर. सर आप कहाँ जा रहे हो बाय द वे?
well, I am in Guwahati and I am flying back to Bombay.
Oh.
So yes.
Welcome back to the गर्मी. बहुत गर्मी है सर.
Yes. I am coming back after like 4 months.
Wow.
So, work from home.
Go for it, buddy. The stage is all yours. Don't miss your flight though. 7 minute ले लो so that you don't miss your flight.
Yes. एक बार चेक कर लेना बोर्डिंग कितने बजे हुए.
That would be wild, ना?
Sure.
Go for it, sir. शुरू कीजिए.
Yes. So this thing happened with my father. So back in time, my dad used to work in the army. He was actually driving with a colleague of his at around 1:45 at the night to a hospital wherein he was going to meet a friend of his who was admitted for some time. So this was around 1:45, 2 o'clock in the night. He was driving a car and there is a spot wherein I'm telling this story in a very short sentence, but yeah, there's a spot wherein the car's steering starts rotating automatically and it goes towards the extreme right And at the end of extreme right, there's a valley. Somehow, I don't know if they were lucky enough. Somehow they got, the rear tire got stuck in branch of a tree. So जो tree के सबसे नीचे जो part होता है, उस पे उसका पीछे वाला टायर अटक गया, and the car just stopped like this, literally at the edge of the cliff. Uh, so what happened is cops and everything, every people came, and all of those things happened. And then later, what they got to know is the place where this incident happened. Exactly उससे थोड़ी उसके exactly side में mortuary है उस hospital का. So a lot of such incidents do take place at that particular place.
What?
So
Just
since
randomly
then,
गाड़ी
yeah,
अटक जाता है वहाँ पे.
अटक तो
Yeah.
गया. The steering started to move automatically towards the right.
Wow.
And it wasn't like my dad was sleeping or something. Me and my dad and his colleague, they were all talking and driving the car. So बात करते करते अचानक घूम गया, and his colleague was like कि क्या हो गया. I mean, they were both shocked. So they couldn't stare it back and all of that. So वैसा एक incident हुआ था. Since then he stopped driving car.
And उसके बाद गाड़ी
My
ठीक से
dad.
चल रहा था.
हाँ, उसके बाद गाड़ी was absolutely alright. There's not a single dent on the car.
My God, I was
Where
gonna
was
say
which place was this?
in the
This
car,
was
Suresh.
back in Goa.
Goa.
This is back in Goa. If you have heard of Goa Medical College, GMC.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So
Over
while
there.
going to Goa Medical College, yes, you have to go uphill, and towards uphill at the time, extreme right now there is a valley. So
Night Rider.
luckily the car got stopped and they got saved. So thank God.
Cyril.
But since उस shock से, I think my dad stopped driving the car. So yeah.
What are you saying? Oh my God, freaky. First I was thinking कि wheel alignment, power steering क्या क्या. That's why I asked कि बाद में आपने check किया गाड़ी ठीक था.
No, this was a car from army. So I mean, my dad is in ex-army, but army वाला car था, and वो तो पूरा दिन चलता ही रहता है.
I can totally understand also because उसके बाद क्या करे? What do you do? How do you trust another car if something like that happens to you? You know what I mean? I don't know. मैं तो
Yes.
you'd see me on my cycle everywhere. Sir, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Have
Thank
a
you,
safe
Gokul.
trip.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
Happy
when
journey.
you
Thank you.
when you reach Mumbai airport, ना take your shirt, your pants सब निकाल दो because बहुत गर्मी है sir.
And if the cops can say Hoezaay बोल रहा था.
Winter's over, sir. It's done. Anyway, thank you, Gokul. Have a
Well,
good one.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Bye, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my God, Suresh, your car does this, but it's actually a mechanical problem.
So that sometimes the steering wheel does get dragged to one side, especially when you got a flat tire or
But
lesser air in the tires.
Oh yeah, that's also there. But उतना नहीं ना.
उतना नहीं.
And he's saying the car was also fine उसके बाद.
Yeah.
No flat tire.
Yeah. Obviously, that's why. Unnerving.
A possessed vehicle, a car. Car is bewafa.
No, you said that there's a
Says
mortuary
Purva.
of the hospital also down the valley. So that must have been the hoof.
So you're saying the
Baap re.
bhoot was saying, "Chal right mar."
चल मेरे घर पे आना, मेरे घर पे आना.
Nahi left, nahi right. Oh no, man, that's scary. Scary as hell. Anyway, almost 10 o'clock. I think it's a good moment for us to say that it is 10 o'clock. I didn't have anything
that's-
there. I thought I was coming up with something, but clearly, yeah.
Arun Kumar.
नहीं अरुण को मत मार. He's a
Arun
good
story.
guy.
नहीं है कुछ.
आएगा सर टेंशन मत लो बटन दबाते रहेंगे. Which car Suresh has? Suresh has all cars, all kinds of cars.
I work in a garage.
वैशाली जी
Hello.
हमारा
Hi.
सिस्टम नहीं आपका
आ रहा है?
Last year.
लास्ट ईयर ना वैशाली जी.
जी.
ये सुरेश सबको प्रॉम्प्ट करते रहते हैं. आई डोंट नो हुज साइड इज ऑन बट एनीवे वैशाली जी गो फॉर इट. इट्स
हाँ नहीं मुझे लास्ट टाइम पता नहीं था कि आई कांट कम फॉर दैट पीरियड. तो बाद में मेरी बहन ने मुझे बताया कि यू वर रॉन्ग. ठीक है.
ओ माय गॉश वैशाली जी योर माइक्रोफोन इज गोइंग क्रेजी. मैं आपका इधर से मैं ये एडजस्ट कर लेता हूँ आपके लेवल्स. आप बोल से कैन यू से हाय हुकू हाय.
Hi, huku, hi, huku, hi, hi.
परफेक्ट
Good. Okay.
सुरेश
Shall
आप और
I?
हम थोड़ा कम बात करेंगे स्टोरी के
Yes,
टाइम पे
बिल्कुल
क्योंकि उनका
बिल्कुल
लेवल्स
बिल्कुल
मिले
मैडम।
शुरू कीजिएगा
ये ठीक है.
अच्छा है मैडम सुनाइए
Okay. तो ये भूत की कहानी नहीं है. But this was
डिस्कनेक्ट जस्ट किडिंग सॉरी जस्ट जोकिंग
but this was worse than ghost story.
ओके
And this is a real life experience with a person who was seemingly possessed
ओके
by multiple.
हेलो एंड डीओ एंड लंदन स्टैचू ए सुरेश इसी बहाने स्ट्रीम बंद कर सकते हैं वी कैन बी लाइक अटक गया अपना पूरा स्ट्रीम एंड सॉरी गाइस सी यू नेक्स्ट वीक that is actually pretty scary
Bro.
ma'am I am gonna have to agree with you
Oh, there
oh
she's
you're
back.
back patience is a virtue my god the way she looked at her screen she's like gonna break the laptop she's like ye
Again,
laptop
I
abhi
think internet issues.
yeah,
Vaishali,
dad.
she can hear us, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Vaishali ji you're back
Yes, I'm so.
So
Yeah.
no worries no worries
there seems to be an
Hota hai.
issue with the net. Maybe
Suresh you just
Maybe
remove
the
that you
ghosts-
made a bow with your LAN cable वो निकाल देना please हाँ मैम आप शुरू कीजिए go for it
So I had this person I was working with. और हम लोग बच्चों को पढ़ाते थे. ये बात है कुछ 7-8 साल पहले की. So I'm a drama teacher and I had an assistant with me. And we would do a class and then रात में she would go back home. शाम को basically 7 बजे के करीब. तो उस रात में मतलब उस दिन क्लास के बाद शी वाज लाइक मैम मैं थोड़ा सा घर पे कोई नहीं है सो कैन आई स्टे बैक विथ यू आई वाज लाइक ठीक है एंड माय हस्बैंड वाज नॉट होम सो आई वाज लाइक ठीक है सो यू कम सो शी केम होम and we went for dinner इससे पहले then we came back home at around 10:30 at night. I went to the washroom and she just sat on the table outside. और मैं वॉशरूम से सुन रही हूँ कि वो कुछ कुछ चांट कर रही है बहुत जोर जोर से अचानक से. तो मैं वहां से मतलब आई एम टेकिंग हर नेम एंड आई एम लाइक आर यू ओके I'm just coming, just hold on. And it was like she was not listening to me. I came out and she's sitting like this and she's like, she's doing this. Okay. And she's constantly chanting something. I don't know what she was chanting. So I gave her a glass of water. She had her water. उसके बाद she was like, वैशाली दी मैं क्या बोल रही थी. तो मैंने बोला कि अच्छा तुम कुछ नहीं बोल रही थी तुम लेट जाओ. तो मैंने उसको लेटा दिया. लेटाने के लिए ले जा रही हूँ फ्रॉम लिविंग रूम टू द बेडरूम. और अचानक जाते जाते शी सडनली कुछ और हो गया. वो बोलने लगी कि ये हटा दो वो हटा दो ये चार्ली चैपलिन का फोटो हटा दो. पता नहीं कुछ भी बोल रही थी वो. ये यहाँ पे क्या कर रहा है. एंड शी वाज टॉकिंग एज इफ शी वाज सम मैन in the house and her voice had changed like that. And I was really scared. It was 11:30 by that time. और फिर मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा था क्या हो रहा है. फिर मैं उसको बेड पे जाके मैंने लेटा दिया. जैसे वो बेड पे लेटी ऐसे उठ के बैठ गई and then suddenly she started shrinking and ऐसे shrink करके then she started talking like a very old person. मतलब मैं अभी याद कर रही हूँ तो मुझे अजीब लग रहा है. ओल्ड दादी माँ की आवाज में बांग्ला में मुझसे बोल रही है. मैं बंगाली हूँ. मुझे बोल रही है कि तुम जाओ अपना कुछ किताब लेके आओ मैं तुमको लिखवाऊंगी लिस्ट लिखो. मैं लिस्ट लिख रही हूँ and I don't know why I am doing it. Yes Jose, I was actually like that. Possessed. I was possessed by her.
but then you did what she said.
She made me write it. And she's like 10-11 years younger to me. And I'm writing. She's telling me, ये लिखो. तुमको रोज सुबह उठ के ये करना है. तुम्हें रोज रात के सोने से पहले ये करना है. And if I'm not writing ना, she's scolding me कि लिखो. मैंने लिखा, कोई नहीं. फिर अचानक से बाहर निकल गई वो उस पोजीशन से और निकल के बोल रही है वैशाली दी मैंने जो भी कहा है वो मैं नहीं कह रही हूँ वो कोई और कह रहा है. मेरी नानी कह रही है वो कि तुम्हारी नानी कह रही है,
Oh.
बांग्ला में कैसे बोल रही है, तुम तो बंगाली हो नहीं। हाँ वो ऐसे बांग्ला बोल रही है, मैं बोलती हूँ ऐसे। मैंने बोला भैया तुमने ये सब मुझे पहले क्यों नहीं बताया। तो मैंने बोला ठीक है तुम सो जाओ, तब तक 12:30 1 बज गया है। आई एम लाइक यू स्लीप, सो शी इज लाइक आई कांट स्लीप अलोन, यू स्लीप विद मी, यू लाई डाउन। तो मैंने बोला ठीक है, मैं लेट गई उसके बगल में, एंड आई डोंट नो मेरी आंख लग गई क्योंकि मैं बहुत थक गई थी, मेंटली एकदम परेशान हो गई थी मैं। एंड दिस इज द फ्रीकेस्ट पार्ट, आई एम स्लीपिंग, suddenly something happens, okay, and I open my eyes and she's right here in front of me staring at me, and I scream and she screams and she's like दीदी आप में परछाई है या कुछ आया है या कुछ एक है, she said, and I was like hell, get out of my house, I have to get out of my house. I ran out of the bedroom. I went to the other bedroom and I closed my door and I slept. सुबह जब उठी तब मैं देख रही हूँ क्या कर रही है, वो उठ के ऐसे बैठी हुई है सब कुछ अपना सामान निकाल के। अब वो बोल रही है अब मैं जाऊंगी। मैंने बोला हाँ ठीक है चलो, तुम्हें ऑटो करा दूँ, कैब करा दूँ, कुछ, मैं जा रही हूँ, इस घर का सारा नेगेटिव एनर्जी लेके मैं जा रही हूँ। मैंने बोला ठीक है जाओ। फिर मैंने उसको विदा कर दिया। फिर उसके बाद I actually got back my senses and I was thinking that what if I have got butcher knives in my house? I've got like knives, lots of knives. I mean, my husband loves cooking, so we keep knives and very sharp ones. और तब मुझे समझ में नहीं आया कि हो क्या रहा था. I was literally possessed by that girl. I took her to the psychiatrist the next week. She refused to take medicines. And the sad part is that the parents believed that the nanny would come and direct. It was something like the 11 murders that happened in Delhi. It was very much like that. When I saw that documentary on Netflix, तब मुझे लगा कि ये वही केस है. This was a case of dissociative, multiple personality disorder. And I went and I spoke to the psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist, when I was sitting there, she was sitting beside me, and she was saying that I have everything planned out. I'm going to go to my grandparents' house and I'm going to chop off their heads. And I'm sitting there and listening. Oh God, this is gone again.
What? No.
We are just being very quiet because we're scared.
Hello. We are here.
Yeah.
So did you meet her? How is she doing now? How is she doing?
Yeah. I tried to stay in touch with her, but I felt that I was really sucked out of all my energy. Every time I would call her to ask her anything, she would start talking, and that's my cat meowing.
I thought it was Suresh. Anyway, so the doctor actually diagnosed her as having multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, disorder, and she was from Dehradun. There's this place called Selakwe. I don't know if Dehradun people are watching this or not, but there's a place called Selakwe, and it's infamous for spirit possession. And she said that she went there a few months before coming here. But the sad part is that the parents also, went with whatever she said and didn't take the diagnosis seriously. Very nice girl, but
very scary and unnerving.
Do you think even I suffer from that? I also speak to
I also suffer from that. Actors suffer from that. But she was, it was a different case. I mean, I really wish that people who get diagnosed get treated.
The first go-to should not be the ghost explanation. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you. See you.
Vaishali ji, we'll see you now in 2023. Just feeding you into the system. Madam
Next
को
year.
अंदर आने मत दो.
Bye bye.
All right, take care. Bye, Vaishali. Very creepy and extremely unnerving. अरे क्या आप आमिर आप देखते रहे थे कि क्या कर रही थी? हाँ, टमाटर कट रही थी. She was diagnosed. There's no spirits around. So far, we don't have any proof of anything. Someone sent me a message saying there's some YouTube videos. वो check करना चाहिए and all. Looks very real to me and all. But then again, I was thinking, how can the camera catch these things then? You'll get something, but I don't know what you'll get. But anyway, that was still pretty unnerving. Very close to Mosquito's story, the one she had told us really long back. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, मेरी पेट खराब थी. Hello guys, how are you? मेरे को मिस की कि नहीं? Oh my God, कौन है ऐसा कितना infectious, contagious हंसी? सुरेश जी.
सॉरी मुझे माफ करना.
या भूपेश मैं क्या बताऊं. सैनिटी रिस्टोर्ड. ओके लेट्स गो. मैं आई बिकॉज यू नो कुछ लोग सुपर चैटीज भेज रही. समीर कैसे आप फॉर अ क्रीपी स्टोरी. ये अपना कैसे बड़ा बड़ा करो. हेलो वेलकम. सुरेश. अरे मेरी दाढ़ी निकल गई बीच में. सॉरी.
पॉपकॉर्न चला गया. ये लो.
हाँ ओके 1 मिनट में आ रही हूँ. कितना दूर है आपका पावर. ये आपका उंगली मिल गया. प्लीज हाथ धो के आइए अगली बार. थोड़ा अजीब स्मेल आ रहा था.
अगेन
सर आप आई मेंट दाल खिचड़ी सर. एनीवे आगे बढ़ते हैं. मयूर से स्कैरी एज हेल. मयूर ठीक है. अमनदीप सिंह थैंक यू सो मच. कितना स्वीट हो आप. लाजरस प्रोजेक्ट पूछ रहा था कि फॉर द 8th year in the row विच शर्ट इज दिस. हेलो ये शर्ट मत फेंको इधर. ये शर्ट जूग सामा ने बनाया है. बहुत कम शर्ट्स है ये. थोड़ा लाइक लिमिटेड एडिशन बन गया ये अभी. तो दैट वाज नॉट द इंटेंशन बट अभी वही है. तो आपको मिलेगा नहीं. आप नहीं खरीद सकते. मे बी यू कैन फाइंड समथिंग क्लोज लाइक दिस. आई लव इट. इट्स वन ऑफ माय फेवरेट शर्ट्स. सुब्रतो मुखर्जी हाय होजी. फाइनली जब एपिसोड 1 से लेकर अब जब मौका मिला इंटरनेट कनेक्शन व्हेन कपूर गिव मी अनदर चांस. डेफिनेटली सुब्रतो आपको अंदर लेके आएंगे हम. ड्रोन 18 कास loving the stream guys. Good work 100. Welcome all the new subscribers. They'll आज 15-20 मिनट में भी कि किधर से सब्सक्राइब किया. मैं किधर फंस गया. चिंतन जोशी थैंक यू सो मच. चिंतन आप ज़्यादा चिंतन मत करो. डोंट वरी सब ठीक हो जाएगा. ये मैं सुरेश सर से सीखा ये सब पन वन करना. मंदार से डोंट नो माई जूम नेम. योर जूम नेम इज़ मंदार. नहीं मैंने आपको देखा है मंदार. गॉट अ ग्रेट साइकियाट्री स्टोरी. लव यू गाइज. ठीक है हम लोग एक्चुअली गोस्ट स्टोरीज में दिलचस्पी रखते हैं ज़्यादातर. आप वो लेके आ सकते तो देखते कुछ भी हो सकता है स्ट्रीम पे. अभी अनिराव से थैंक्स. किस चीज़ के लिए आपने को पता नहीं. गेम मेनिया एक्स लॉर्ड होजे द फोर्थ. वो लॉर्ड का लॉर्ड होजे फोर्थ समझ रहे हो. Phoenix Abhishek thank you for these streams which are a constant companion in my long travels to and from office. हबूबू हो गए. लेकिन ना स्वीट मैसेजेस लोग भेजते और मेरा एकदम दिल को टच होता है. सुरेश सर मैं बात करती रहेगी. आई एम वेटिंग टू सी कि आप कब ख़त्म करेंगे. तब मैं आगे जा सकते हैं हम लोग. मैं स्टॉलिंग कर रही थी. सॉरी
मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम. मैं तो लगा कि आप सबका जो सुपर चैट है वो पढ़ रही.
हाँ बंद ही नहीं हो रहा. क्या करें ये लोग पागल. ये सब लोग मिलके हमें पागल बना रहे.
टू द छोकरा लुक्स लाइक माय ओल्ड हिंदी टीचर. और ये 40 रुपए के लिए उन्होंने कह दिया.
इनको याद नहीं है लेकिन मैं ही हूँ उनका हिंदी टीचर. हम एक वातानुकूलित क्लासरूम में पढ़ाई करते थे. और क्या है इनका नाम टू द मून नाउ. वो हर क्लास में हतप्रभ हो जाते थे. थैंक यू. इतना ही मैं जानती हूँ. दिस स्ट्रीम इज़ माई बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ सैटरडे. आई थिंक आपको और भी चीज़ें करना चाहिए सैटरडे को. थोड़ा एक्सरसाइज बाहर जाना पेट से बात करना. दिस शुड नॉट बी द हाईलाइट ऑफ योर सैटरडे. दैट्स नॉट अ गुड थिंग. गेट आउट ऑफ माई बॉडी. ठीक है सुरेश. डिड आई मिस एनीथिंग?
No, nothing. You're very good and well done.
What are you talking about? I don't know.
Consistency.
कौन है?
अच्छी तरीके से आपने रीड आउट किया. परनीति जो है बहुत ही अच्छा रहा.
ठीक है.
But it was pretty much what the earlier story was, that you were getting to.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
ironic. This is fake. Huh? What we are doing here is totally fake. Oh no, Sachin, क्या कर दिया Sachin? Sachin, thank you so much. कितना sweet है Sachin, Sachin,
Sachin,
ah, Sachin,
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 Sachin.
ah.
Haha, you're welcome, Ray.
All right, welcome most subscribers. कौन है रे? कौन है रे? सुब्रतो जी, देखो अगर आप हाईवे पे जाओगे तो ऐसे ही होगा. फाइनली इट्स हैपनिंग टू मी राइट इन फ्रंट. मेरा गला सूख गया एकदम.
Hey.
वेलकम सर.
Sorry, butterfly is in my stomach.
नो वरीज, सांस लो, आप पानी पी लो, सब बैठ जाएंगे बटरफ्लाई. नथिंग टू वरी अबाउट.
I mean, ये experience. I mean, I kind of, I mean, got कह सकते हैं, I mean, it was like a chance I got last year.
Got it. But see, before you start ना, मैं आपको बोलना चाहता हूँ कि टेंशन बिल्कुल मत लो. आप बिल्कुल आम इंसान से बात कर रहे हो और द मेन थिंग इज कोई नहीं देखता ये स्ट्रीम, तो आपको टेंशन ही नहीं लेना है. समझ रहे हो?
follow it.
हाँ, एक दो लोग हैं वो होते हैं. करेक्ट. Okay sir, go for it. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, it was jinxed for me. So finally, I got the chance now. Last year, I almost got the chance. You called out my name, but my 4-year-old son, he pressed the wrong button, and I just.
Oh my god, crazy.
And my wife was like, पहली बार किसी ने तुम्हारा नाम ठीक लिया फर्स्ट टाइम में.
सॉरी, मैं सबका ऑडियो ठीक किया. अभी मैं भूल गया, पिछली स्टोरी से मैम का ऑडियो एकदम खर हो रहा था. नाउ एवरीबॉडीज ऑडियो इज बैक.
आई होप माय ऑडियो इज ओके.
फिर से शुरू. हेलो सर, वेलकम. वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम.
थैंक यू. आई होप माय ऑडियो इज ओके.
Perfect. Correct.
Cool. Awesome. So I'll just cut to the chase quickly. So I don't know whether I would call it a paranormal experience or was it a spooky experience. क्या था मतलब? I have no kind of answer to it. Although I'm a very practical person basically. I'm I don't believe in everything has anything to do with paranormal or ghost or anything. Just कोई क्योंकि किसी ने कुछ बोला करके. So it was back in like 2002. I was in UK that time. I was doing my MSc there. So I mean, I tried a lot of different places. Like I mean, I had a house which was right next to a cemetery. और कई बार मैं I mean रात को 2:30-3 बजे वहां से गुजरता था. And I never had any kind of experience. And I call me mad or anything, I used to stop and see कि कुछ cemetery के अंदर कुछ दिख रहा है spooky या कुछ नहीं. So I mean I used to be that kind of person. So during one of the times I was staying in a house जो वो एक kind of like huge villa mansion types जैसा होता है वैसा घर था वो. And I used to live in the attic of that house. तो attic में it was like मैं just well, attic was divided into 2 rooms. But there used to be a stairs, right? If it on each side of the stairs there used to be 2 doors which used to lead to a separate room. I used to live in one room and मेरे साथ वाले room में there used to be a Spanish guy. and मेरे नीचे वाले मैं जहाँ attic में मेरे नीचे जो room था वहाँ पे there used to be a Greek guy who used to live. So we used to have a very good time. And also one thing about that house is कि वो घर जो था it was in a street जिसके दूसरे side में there used to be a hotel called Queen's Hotel which is quite popular in Portsmouth. Portsmouth is in UK. Okay. So उसमें there was a case in the 80s कि वहाँ पे that hotel caught fire and third and fourth floor में वहाँ पे जितने भी guests थे and all they perished basically. Damn. So they and people still say कि वो जो hotel है it is still haunted. मतलब third and fourth floor is still close to the public and all.
समझ गया.
So but I never had any kind of experience. But once it was like मैं उस पूरे फ्लोर में मैं अकेला ही था एटिक में because it was end of term time. तो मेरे जो बाकी जो roommates थे जो Spanish guy and the Greek guy and all they had went to their respective native countries and all. तो मैं अकेला ही था. So I don't know why all of a sudden रात को, I mean I was sleeping and all of a sudden at around like 2:30 to के around I woke up and I could see or what I thought it was like a shadow. It was like moving around in the room, coming towards me and then going back, coming towards me and going back. It's like walking around in the room.
Shit.
So उससे कुछ टाइम पहले I had a kind of a incident where I got hit in the right eye and I had a vision issue with my right eye basically.
So you thought
Racist
maybe
attack,
that's
but,
what is happening.
I don't know. It was I mean it was kind of maybe a racist attack or someone just didn't like me in any which way. So I was having some issue. तो मैंने कहा कहीं ये मेरे right eye की वजह से तो मुझे ऐसे लग नहीं लगी somebody is wandering and all. So I tried closing my right eye and see कि भाई it might be something like a hallucination or something. फिर मैंने ये भी बोला कि I mean अपने आप से ये बोला कि maybe it can be that I'm just dreaming. It would be a dream. So it would be a dream, and let me do one thing. When I see the shadow moving away from me, that time let me shake my head and see कि if I'm really dreaming or not. मतलब उस panic situation में I was being practical, you can say.
Yeah.
It might be a dream or something, but that I mean I tried it, but I could still see the shadow. And the first time in my life I was really scared. So I was like कि अब क्या करूं क्या ना करूं, and because of that incident where I had that where I got punched, so I was already paranoid.
Yeah.
मतलब it's kind of a funny thing भी कि basically my mind was saying कि see most of the जो भी मैंने horror incidents या spooky incidents सुने, if you don't, I mean if you don't pester the ghost, they will not bother you.
Yeah, according to lore.
Yeah, but मैंने कहा कि यार एक हफ्ते I mean almost like 2 weeks back I had that incident. अगर ये भी भूत अगर किसी गोरे का भूत हुआ तो तब क्या होगा? And I'm an Indian there.
Okay.
तो दिमाग मेरा उतना दूर भी दौड़ा था basically. You can say. So you know basically फिर end में जाके you get your brain your mind gets into that fight or flight kind of mode जो होता है.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I thought come what may, let me charge at this shadow and see. And I charged at the end of the shadow to the other end of the room, shouting at the top of my lungs. उसके बाद क्या हुआ I don't remember. Next morning when I woke up, I was still like sweaty and all, and I couldn't recall whether I did all that or not, but I remember each and every minute that usually happened. Usually when you dream you don't remember all the finer details in the dream, but I remembered it like every second of it.
So where were you when you woke up in the morning? आप कहाँ थे? Bed पे, or were you next to the TV on the ground?
There was no TV there. I was on the bed only.
Did you ended up running into the? Oh, you found yourself on the bed in the next morning, even after running after the ghost?
I mean, I ran. उसके बाद ये था कि हाँ कुछ नहीं है करके, and I just came back to my bed. I was like, पता नहीं मुझे ऐसा करना चाहिए था, नहीं करना चाहिए था. I hope the ghost doesn't get offended or something, and then it अभी तक तो उसने मेरे को अपना टारगेट बनाया नहीं था, शायद बना लिया, पता नहीं क्या हो. And when I fell off to sleep, I don't know. उसके बाद when I just got up in the next morning, I was like, पता नहीं यार ये हुआ था या नहीं हुआ था, and I was like really shaking.
That's a tablet.
Freaky, Shubroto, and for people who don't know, where you and me and anyone else who's seen a shadow in your house, we are all connected by our shadow stories. I had someone who maybe might have been Batman, might not have been Batman, it's debatable, was
Absolutely.
in my house and choked me, and my mom said shut up and go to sleep when I tried to complain. And it's it's something that happened.
Happened to me.
We don't know whether it happened, whether it didn't happen. I don't know.
But I don't know whether it was I mean, was it like, did I really have that experience? Or kabhi, I mean, I still tell myself कि when you try to be too practical and you always try to go on convincing your mind that नहीं यार ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता, and sometimes your guard just drops automatically.
True.
You're not always top of every, I mean, facts or
I think
practicality.
भूत लोगों में भी ना, they are English भूत हो, Indian भूत हो, जब भूत फॉलोवर they are saying कि इंसानों को ना अपने डरना चाहिए, अगर जो बिलीव नहीं करेगा तो उनको जाके एक सैंपल दे के हम लोग निकल जाएंगे.
Oh my God, Suresh, so are you saying that sometimes there's a language barrier between the booth and the person they are haunting?
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
why all these issues happen. They take up वो plate यहाँ से वहाँ लेके जाते हैं. अरे क्या हो गया, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए था वैसा. Anyway, Shubroto, thank you so much. Panvel आ चुके रेले. Thank you so much. Very unnerving story.
Finish it on time.
No, great story, sir. On time का पता नहीं, but it was very good. Just kidding.
Thank you.
Thanks,
so much.
Shubroto. Great stuff. Wow.
Thank you.
Oh my God, Suresh. मैं तो एटिक जाते.
हम लोग भूत का
10
बात
points,
कर
whoever
रहे
can
हैं, इधर
get, yeah.
ड्रॉअर अपने आप खुल रहा है, बंद हो रहा है.
But you have a cat, right, who lives in that drawer? No? I'm not sure what mischief you're up to, sir, but would you charge the silhouette if you saw it? I didn't want Batman to choke me. I don't know. I didn't enjoy that much.
What the light from the other building falling inside, and this curtain was making it look as there's some shadows moving.
Oh yeah. Imagine chasing after the ghost and then running into the wall and all. I don't know. I would not do that. I would not run after the ghost.
Yeah, you never.
I mean, come on.
Difficult to catch if you're running after them.
Especially if you are akela in the room. Not a good idea, sir.
Let the ghost go. Let the man go.
If you have a friend on the side who can maybe like help you from that side, tu idhar se ja, wo udhar se be like who. That's different.
So you should use the classic. भूत को ऐसा लेफ्ट में भागने का ऐसा दिखाने का और राइट में भाग जाने का.
ये तुम लोग को बहुत गलत फहमी है कि हम गोस्ट लोग का क्या प्रॉब्लम्स है, हम क्या करते हैं क्या नहीं करते. सुरेश, आप बहुत ज़्यादा मूवीज़ देखते हैं, जैसे कि चमत्कार, नसीरुद्दीन शाहरुख खान वाली फिल्म. एनीवे, मैं आई क्योंकि पार्थ शाह ने बोला गोस्ट स्ट्रीम बनोनी परिणीति चोपड़ा पास 100%. देखिए, आपके साथ जो हो रहा है इसको बोलते हैं इन्फैक्चुएशन क्रैश.
अच्छा,
मेरे को भी हुआ है थोड़ा. मैं अपने आप को बार बार देखती रहती हूँ ऐसी. हे, क्या कर रही हो? स्टॉप इट.
कुछ तो गड़बड़ है.
डोंट गेट पोजेस्ड बाय योरसेल्फ, होज़े जी.
एक बार मैं और सिल कर रहा होगा, हुज़े नहीं है, देन वी फाइंड यूएस परिणीति चोपड़ा एक्चुअली, और फिर ना पता नहीं रात को ऐसे में देखा हुज़े उधर खड़ा था और बाद में पता लगा मैं ही हुज़े हूँ.
एनीवे, मेगा चांद, थैंक यू सो मच. हम लोग खुद चांद पे चढ़ गए बिकॉज आपने इतने स्वीट मैसेजेस भेजे हमारे. मयूर आयर स्कैरी एज हेल, ये मैं आई थिंक मैंने पढ़ा ऑलरेडी. अमनदीप, थैंक यू सो मच. चमत्कार was a good film. Thank you, Jaideep, for the vote of confidence. Let's keep going, guys. Can you go?
Funny Murli sent 200 rupees for my popcorn. Thank you, yeah,
so
Murli.
Sweet. But सुरेश सर का तो 1000 का खर्चा रहता है पॉपकॉर्न में, आपको पता है नहीं? वो 10 पैकेट खाते हैं एक साथ.
And Apurva was watching us.
सर, मैं जाने वाली थी. मुरली फनी says you interrupted Suresh's shadow story. Back to you, Suresh. Shadow story.
मेरा कोई शैडो स्टोरी नहीं. हाँ, मेरा शैडो स्टोरी था एक्चुअली. एक बार रात को मैंने भी देखा कि एक शैडो जा रहा था, मैं चेस द शैडो, बट आई डोंट नो, आई जस्ट सीम टू हैव क्रैश्ड एकदम इनटू माय वाइफ.
Murali Fani, that's the story that was interrupted. I hope you're happy now.
मंदार कोपकर के पास मंदार कोपकर के पास एक बहुत ही डरावनी कहानी है इस वक्त हमारे पास, और बहुत लोग कंप्लेन कर रहे हैं कि मेरा वॉल्यूम एकदम लो है. हाँ क्या?
नहीं, वापस वो पहले हुआ था बिकॉज ऑफ द ऑडियो. मैंने कर दिया सर.
ठीक है. ओके
45th स्ट्रीम सर. ऐसा ही मैं नहीं, यहाँ तक मैं ऐसे ही नहीं आया सर.
आप महान हो.
नहीं, मैं होज़े हूँ सर. 44 स्ट्रीम्स करना पड़ा यहाँ तक आने के लिए. आप समझ रहे हो? आप
समझ रहे हो. मैं
तो ऐसा ही नहीं होता है सब.
मैं आपसे एक रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि मिस्टर खोपकर को अंदर ले आया जाए, मंदार जी को. उनका एक बहुत ही सही कहानी है बोल रहे हैं. और अब अरुण जी कहाँ गए? अरुण जी काफी टाइम से अरुण स्टोरी उनका स्टोरी जो उन्होंने शेयर किया था इंस्टाग्राम में मेरे साथ काफी डरावना है, इसलिए मैं नरेट भी नहीं कर रहा हूँ.
या सो ऑल्सो 45th स्ट्रीम एंड सुरेश सर का एज और मेरा एज का अगर आप एवरेज लोगे, इट्स हाफ ऑफ 45. सो आई जस्ट वांट टू पुट दैट देयर.
ओह ओके,
समझ रहे हो आप? समझ रहे हो? ऑलराइट, 45 स्ट्रीम्स कैसा? कौन है ये लोग जो 45th स्ट्रीम तक है हमारे साथ? आपके लिए तालियां, एक दो गालियां, बट तालियां फॉर श्योर. स्ट्रीम लाइक कर दो रे. थैंक यू. सी आई हैव सेड दिस बिफोर आल्सो, कितना अच्छा लगता है जब रैंडम लोग, रैंडम नहीं, हमारे ही लोग हैं, हरामी चैट खुद बोलते हैं कि आप लोग लाइक करो. यू नो, मॉड्स तो हमारे बोलते ही है, हम लोग तो बोलते हैं, लेकिन हमारा कौन सुनता है? तो थैंक यू वेरी मच अनोनिमस अकाउंट SG विजिजिस, जो भी आपने किया बहुत अच्छा
और
किया.
also Suresh Yannamaredi has come back to the stream after last year and he last time message भेजा था requesting कि please next time मुझे ignore मत करिएगा.
ठीक है, that's the opposite of please let me in.
Yeah.
Or is it the same thing? Anyway, let's keep मैं थोड़ा चाय लेके आ रहा हूँ, पूरा गला सूख गया सर. I'm going to sound like Farhan Akhtar in a little while. Hey guys, tell me a story.
Pani.
Is that not a song? What rubbish?
It's not a song. Of course it's not.
All right, here we go.
Blue है पानी.
Blue है पानी. Actually थोड़ा मैं आ रहा हूँ थोड़ा.
Spooky, the Chandigarh Wedge.
अरे सर आप, sorry
last
sir.
year. Come on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, last year.
Last year?
Last year, that too on the scam story, not even a ghost story.
ठीक है,
Ghost
तो
story, yeah.
आपका जो फ्यूचर है यहाँ पे, ये हमारा हरामी चैट डिसाइड करेगा. हरामी चैट, अगर आपको लगता है कि सर को अपना स्टोरी नरेट करना चाहिए तो प्लीज कुछ भी लिख दीजिए. लीव अ पीच और लीव एन एफ इन द चैट एंड वी विल लेट सर एकदम स्ट्रेस में आ गए. इज लाइक अरे क्या लिखने वाले लोग.
मैं वाज अबाउट टू से कि एक पावा सबको चैट में.
अरे वाह.
अच्छा, ब्राइबिंग पीपल. ठीक है सर जी, शुरू कीजिए. आपके पास 7 मिनट है, तो प्लीज टेक इट अवे. मैं अभी आया. शुरू कीजिए सर.
Just before I begin, my grandfather always used to say कि बेटा भीख मांगने से कभी कुछ नहीं मिलता, and I'm glad I proved him wrong today. Okay. To begin with, अब यहाँ से मैं हिंदी में स्टार्ट करता हूँ. And it's a completely real story and a bit frightening as well.
You were out of India ना बीच में?
नहीं सर, मैं
आप इंडिया में है.
इंडिया में हैदराबाद में हूँ अभी.
ठीक है.
हाँ जी. तो मेरा एक कज़न है, उसका नाम युवराज है, और ये जो कहानी है ये 2007-2008 की है, और वो कज़न मुझसे लगभग 1-1.5 साल छोटा है. मेरे बुआ जी का लड़का है वो. तो वो चंडीगढ़ में रह रहे थे 2007-2008 में. तो उनके पड़ोस में एक और फैमिली थी. सो चंडीगढ़ में एक जगह ज़िरकपुर, और उसके पास में ही एक एयरफोर्स स्टेशन है, बहुत छोटा एयरफोर्स स्टेशन है, इंडियन एयरफोर्स स्टेशन. इसको हम कहते हैं हाई ग्राउंड्स. तो और वहाँ पे उनको क्वार्टर मिला हुआ था. तो वहाँ पे जब वो रह रहे थे, तो जो मेरा कज़न है वो उस टाइम पे 6th या 7th क्लास में था. एंड ही वॉज अ रियली गुड गाय, बहुत शरीफ और बहुत ही पढ़ाई लिखाई में भी बहुत अच्छा है. तो जो उसकी मदर है वो भी काफ़ी शरीफ, मतलब द होल, जो मतलब मेरी बुआ जी है उसकी मदर, वो भी काफ़ी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड या शरीफ एंड काफ़ी मतलब वेल सॉर्टेड लेडी. तो उनकी ना एक बार उनके पड़ोस में और एक आंटी थी जिनका नाम है मंजू आंटी. आई एम चेंजिंग द नेम फॉर ऑब्वियस रीजंस, बट या लेट्स कॉल हर मंजू आंटी.
You will get in trouble.
Yeah. Even like, however, this lady was the trouble in this, is the trouble in the story. So क्या हुआ कि ये जो आंटी हैं, इन मतलब जो युवराज की मम्मी है और उनका किसी बात को लेके बहुत बड़ा झगड़ा हो गया, बहुत बड़ा, ये some petty issues. तो उसके बाद वो जो खत्म हुआ तो एवरीबडी मूव्ड ऑन. सो जो मेरा ये कजन है उसको क्या हुआ, कुछ दिनों बाद उसके प्राइवेट पार्ट्स में बहुत ज्यादा बर्निंग सेंसेशन होने लग गई, लाइक टाइम टू टाइम, कि उसके ग्रोइन में, उसके कि मतलब लोअर एब्डोमेन में एकदम से दर्द उठेगा, फिर बाद में आराम से शांत हो जाएगा. सो ही ऑब्वियसली कंप्लेन टू हिज पेरेंट्स कि मुझे ऐसा हो रहा है और ऐसा पहले कभी भी नहीं होता था, प्लीज शो मी टू अ डॉक्टर. Then they went and to clinics here and there, but ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं मिला. There was no such medical thing that was going on with him. And कुछ दिनों के लिए फिर वो रुक गया, but then again it started. So they went to cities from Delhi and then going to Vadodara and then Thiruvananthapuram, जहाँ पे बहुत सारे स्पेशलिस्ट थे, but ऐसा कुछ नहीं मिला. तो इवेंचुअली एक डॉक्टर ने ये बोला कि आपके बेटे को ना कुछ भी ऐसे बॉडी से संबंधित कुछ भी ऐसी बीमारी नहीं है, ये इट्स ऑल साइकोलॉजिकल. तो आप इसको प्लीज किसी एक साइकियाट्रिस्ट को दिखाइए, वो अच्छे से इसकी सारी चीज पूछेगा एंड he or she will sort that out. So eventually they agreed and then said कि चलो ठीक है, एक साइकियाट्रिस्ट को भी दिखाते हैं, which they did. But even साइकियाट्रिस्ट को भी ऐसा कुछ नहीं मिला, because he was a really happy kid, मतलब अच्छे मार्क्स स्कोर करने वाला and a good cricket player, बहुत ही अच्छा था. So and उसका ऐसा होता था ना कि he would start crying out of pain, like बहुत severe pain होता था, एकदम burning sensation होता था. It beginning with itching and then going on with burning sensation, and seeing that happening to a kid who is just 13-14 is really disheartening for the parents. So now they made peace with it कि यार अब ऐसा है तो ऐसा है, because फौज में they are not that well off, right? So they thought कि चलो ठीक है, अब ऐसा है तो बेटा meditation कर and have some ice bags on tied to your lower abdomen area and all that. So वो धीरे धीरे कम होने लग गया, कभी कभी ज्यादा होता था, कभी कभी कम. तो कुछ महीने बाद वो ऐसा होता है. अच्छा, ये जो पड़ोस वाली मंजू आंटी थी, उनका भी आपस में मतलब अच्छा रिलेशन हो गया था एंड ऑल दैट, अपेरेंटली सब कुछ सही चल रहा था. सो ये जो मंजू आंटी कई बार उनके घर पे विजिट करती थी, और ये क्या करती थी कि अपना कुछ सामान रख के और कहीं और चली जाती थी कि बहन जी मैं भी आती हूँ, ठीक है, आप मेरा सामान देख लेना. ऐसे कभी कभार ऐसी चीजें हरकतें करती थी. सो हुआ ये कि जो ये युवराज है मेरा कजिन, इसकी एक बड़ी बहन थी जो कि मैरिड है. वो और उसकी बेटी वाज विजिटिंग देयर हाउस, ठीक है, एंड रात में वो लोग डिनर खा रहे थे. तो जब वो डिनर कर रहे थे तो एंड क्वाइटली एवरीबॉडी वाज हैविंग डिनर, तो वो जो छोटी बच्ची है, जो मतलब युवराज जिसका मामा लगा ना, उसकी भांजी, वो आउट ऑफ द ब्लू सेज कि मम्मी, जब भी ये मंजू आंटी हमारे घर आती है ना, तो उनका जो बैग होता है उसमें से कुछ भी निकल के ना मामा जी को कुछ कुछ करता है. कि उसमें से कुछ निकलता है और उसमें मामा जी को कुछ ब्लैक शैडो निकलता है और मामा जी को कुछ कुछ करता है.
Okay.
So that means she could see it. She was just 2 years of age at that moment. So that छोटी बच्ची could see it कि कुछ there's something going on over there. कि वो एक ब्लैक शैडो निकलता है और वो मामा जी के अंदर चला जाता है, फिर मामा जी को, these are her actual words, कि मामा जी को कुछ कुछ करता है. So then everybody got alarmed and they thought, oh, maybe that's something which is going on. And the next day, so they could not even barge into their house, right, in the neighbors, दिखाओ तुम्हारे घर में क्या चल रहा है, whatever. So they went to the police and then they said कि ऐसा आप प्लीज एक बार इनके घर में जाके चेक कीजिए. And the next day, one of the guys in the police department visited the neighbor's house, the Manju auntie's house. उसमें जब देखते हैं एंड पोलाइटली बोलते हैं, आप अपना कबर्ड दिखाइए, आप हमें अपना किचन दिखाइए. सो उनको किचन में दे सी अ ब्लैक पपेट, ओके, विच हैज नीडल्स घुसाई हुई है उस पपेट के ग्रोइन में, क्रॉच में बहुत सारी. एंड दे सी हॉर्स का बाल, बहुत सारे गुच्छे में, एक बंडल में हॉर्स हेयर, घोड़े का बाल. So and then things were pretty clear. So at that moment, this Yuvraj's mother, who is my bua, she slaps this lady right across her face. Why did you do this to my son? क्या बिगाड़ा था तुम मेरे बेटे ने तुम्हारा? He's just a small kid, and what is this going on? Then she eventually, said confessed कि yes. उस दिन जब हमारा झगड़ा हुआ था ना, उस दिन मेरे को आप पे बहुत गुस्सा आया था, and I somehow wanted to take a revenge, and so yeah, so then the matter got really bad. Then eventually what happened is जो पुलिस ने बोला कि देखो हम आपके ऊपर पुलिस कंप्लेंट फाइल अभी नहीं कर रहे हैं, बट आपके लिए अच्छा होगा आप ये स्टेशन छोड़ के जाइए, हम आपका ट्रांसफर करवा देंगे, बट यू आर नॉट सपोज टू लिव ओवर हियर, प्लीज लीव। एंड उस दिन से मेरे कजन को कभी भी ऐसी कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई, एवरीथिंग वाज सॉर्टेड। नाउ ही इज अ रियली स्ट्रांग एंड रियली सक्सेसफुल गाय। सो बट या, that's what the story is.
Pretty crazy. This has got to be one of the weirdest stories I've heard, not just on ghost stories in my life. So just thank you for that part.
Pleasure is all mine.
What the hell? But everyone is fine now, no? How's the
Everybody is
horse?
fine. Everybody is fine. The thing is that's so I think one thing that we can take away from this story is that the choti
yeah.
bachchi hai na, like the one of the others, she could see what nobody else could see. So she could
Yeah.
see कि like दंगे से कि बच्चे भगवान का रूप होते हैं, maybe that is somewhere true. So
Well, all is well that ends well. He's
Yeah,
fine now,
innocent
right?
time. Anyway, thank you so much, Spooky.
Thank
That
you.
Chandigarh witch. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Coffee unnerving. Coffee
Have,
unnerving.
have a good night, buddy.
thank
We
you so
won't.
much. One thing, Suresh or Jose. So Monday ko I'm joining Microsoft as a developer, so I need
Oh
your
my
blessings.
God! Congrats, bro! Wow.
All the best, man.
Do they know?
Congratulations.
Thankfully they do.
Best of luck, man.
Otherwise I'll have a puppet of my own. Okay,
I give you a tip.
Hey, come on, dude.
One. Oh my God! I dropped chai inside my keyboard.
Oh God.
Oh my God! I cannot believe this. Yeah.
See,
Anyway.
at least it didn't drop it on your crotch right now, so that would have been a little bit messy.
Or maybe I did.
This keyboard is a badass though. You can.
see.
I take it to the bathroom. I have a bath with it sometimes. Anyway, thank you so much, brother. I'm just gonna go save my keyboard. Take care.
Thank you
Don't
so
tell
much.
them that story at Microsoft. Oh no.
Yeah, पूरा
Shit.
सब sparks आ रहे क्या?
No. Sparks नहीं आता keyboard से.
Volume को क्या हुआ?
Everything is
Hoezaay, hello?
fine. Shut up.
Hello. नहीं
You know
one
the-
second. Lot of disturbance.
Shut up. The worst part about this is that the chai is wasted. रुक. ये क्या था ये? क्या story था ये, Suresh?
It's
I don't know.
black magic, and which we should. Lot of people experience these things with certain people, and certain people believe that. Oh my God, that's like
chai. It's getting poured out of my keyboard.
shit, man.
Shit.
Got gone inside, nah?
It's gone inside only. Where they got stored? How much of एक minute. I don't want to waste
No,
the
no,
chai.
please don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Just kidding. I mean,
Hey,
I'm,
but
I'm
is your
Semi.
power button off, please?
relax. It's a keyboard, Suresh. Imagine rest of the stream is going to happen with the keyboard like this. I'm keeping the keyboard upside down. We will not end the stream.
Lekin he said something on black magic, and then you spilled your cup on your crotch.
I was making fun of
Sorry,
the
on
whole
your
thing.
yeah.
देखो एटलीस्ट आधा बच गया था
वो
चाय।
अच्छा लड़का है जो भी था, मतलब बहुत ही सुशील, सुंदर और आगे बढ़ते हुए।
With my lovely keyboard. This is actually the second time. I can't believe I did this. Yeah.
Put tissue paper on it and just sort of
अरे,
soak it up, ना?
I was rushing my hand like that to go and disconnect him. और वो इसी वो guy ने वहाँ-
Oh, shucks. देखो अभी हंस रहा होगा।
Any excuse to buy a new keyboard. चल. Okay, just
Then
one
whose
sec.
permission you have to ask? Yours only, ना?
Hey, क्या हो गया? One sec. Sorry, I opened something. Hey, oh my God, shit is happening on my computer. Okay, I just need to keep this upside down so that. Sorry, give me a moment, sir. Just finding some things to make sure the keyboard remains like this. ठीक है. Guys, if you can recommend a good new keyboard, let me know in the
Logitech.
comments.
So you can make keyboards. I'll
नहीं मैं इसको साफ करेगा. There's actually one full layer on this keyboard that collects chai, which I drink the next week.
now that's a product that we can make.
Son of
A
gun.
keyboard protector where you can also use a key. And
Thank
then
you,
how
Akshay.
often this must be how
I
often
gotta
this
stop
must be happening?
I gotta stop keeping chai with me over here. I can't believe I did this again. I'm such an idiot. Akshay Nikam, thank you so much. I will buy a couple of keys with that. That's really sweet of you. You're a kind guy. Shall we keep going, Suresh?
Moving on.
Moving on.
You have to personal tragedy सब इसमें आ नहीं सकता.
The show must go on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm devastated about what happened with the keyboard.
Is
Son of a
it
gun.
crackling? I can hear some weird sounds.
So there's not enough power coming through the keyboard for crackling and all to happen. Okay, sir? That will not work.
Just checking
Statue
if you
collection
know
करेंगे
the
करेंगे.
basics.
Oh man.
उसको कल धूप में डालना सुखाने के लिए हो जाएगा.
वो चाय को निकालना है वहाँ से. Anyway, it's cool. It's cool. This is a chai-proof keyboard, man. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Amil, for Starbucks ka chai, since you spilled yours, don't worry. Fun fact, for me, there are 3 cups of chai made. Not because I keep spilling them, but because I drink a lot of chai. Manju auntie, goose out needle in keyboard. My God, at least she did it in the keyboard. Thankfully, na. वो स्टोरी किधर से किधर जा रहा था. आई वाज होपिंग यू वुड नॉट मेंशन ऑल दैट अगेन अगेन. वो बार-बार
तो मैं भूल गया. मैं तेरा कीबोर्ड के चक्कर में पूरा भूल गया.
गुड. एवरीबॉडी इज फॉरगॉटन. बारिश हो रहा था चाय. नितिन चावल में डाल. करेक्ट. ठीक है. मेरे को इसमें चावल डालना पड़ेगा.
अच्छा आइडिया.
ओए दिस इज फॉर चाय. गेट सम गुड टी.
वो चावल अगर मोबाइल पानी में गिरता दे यूज्ड टू से पुट इट इन द मिडल ऑफ द ग्रेन का सैक एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ. ऐसे बोलते रहो लोग. Yeah.
My own sack. Niral, thank you so much Chanda for Ganda
Your own
Dhanda.
sack. Did you just say that? What you said?
No, and you imagined
I
it,
heard
sir.
you.
आपके मन में खोट है. Abhijit says for rice to keep your keyboard in. Anybody who's following me on Instagram knows that I've done this before. I ended up taking the whole keyboard apart, put it together, and it still works. But there's a whole layer that is, it's like a tray inside. Don't worry, I'll fix it. I just need this stream to be over so that I can start cleaning the chai out.
We
Sandeep.
can end early now. इसके बाद better stories नहीं आएगा अभी. अच्छा.
इससे better नहीं मिल सकता. Sandeep, funding for new Chinese keyboard for Hoezaay. Thank you so much. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna make my own one. Atmanirbhar.
I would also request you to watch out for Shiva Hari Unitan, who's also going to be
ठीक है.
telling us a story.
I see Shiva Unitan is here right here.
Yeah,
But
please.
right now we have an unnerving story.
That's it. I think he has been on the stream before.
Nope. I've never been on the stream.
It's okay.
Are you sure?
But
Yes.
I remember a beard like yours.
People are on
Harry,
the
there's
stream, they
somebody behind
definitely
you.
remember. But guess what? Today, because the keyboard, the chai fell in the keyboard, na apna security system की भी वाट लग गया. तो today, only for today, if you call before, हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. तो anyway, sir, go for it.
Oh, damn.
बोलने
That
में
should
क्या
have
रहता है?
happened the second time I would have called.
Anyway,
This
go
is the
for
first
it.
time I'm on.
Go for it, buddy. Take it away.
Okay, before Panvel comes, let's start. ठीक है. So this story it's something that happened when I was in my old house. We moved here about 3 years ago, and when I was living there in that house, there we had this neighbor kid who was basically born in that house. So he used to come over. He practically kind of grew up around us. He used to come over every day and things. And this kid, right? He was really charming to us. Like, he was a really cute kid. Everybody liked him. But the thing there was just one weird thing about him was he was kind of antisocial towards people of his age, kind of kids of his age. He used to be very mean to other kids, beat them up and things. So he didn't have friends, didn't really play with anyone much. Okay.
So yeah, continue. Yeah.
So what happened once was, this is around the time he was about like 2.5 years old. He woke up from his sleep with fever and chills. Just randomly that happened, and they had to end up taking him to a hospital. And he was fine for that time, but then it was something that was recurring. Every 2 or 3 weeks it used to happen that he just wakes up from his sleep with fever. And he used to say that he has, it was kind of the way he was explaining, he used to have nightmares. And for a kid of that age, it's really difficult for them to distinguish between, dreams and reality and things. So what started happening was, this kid, he was getting sick a lot. And, they used to get, the entire family became more secluded and things. And we hadn't talked to them for a month, and we had to move out. So we didn't really talk to them until later on. We had to go back for just a couple of minutes to that house. So we had visited them, And this time, we went and met the kid as well. And there was a complete shift in the kid. The kid was, I don't know if he was a fat kid, right, before, but the second time when we met him, he was really weak, and he was very anxious, and he didn't say much and things. So and we didn't know, like, it's a weird situation, right? You don't know what to say in this place. So we kind of spoke to his parents for a while. They said that he doesn't sleep or eat much, and the nightmare thing keeps happening. And they had taken him to multiple doctors and things, but they didn't really find out what exactly was wrong, and nothing was helping. They went to temples and whatever also, and that was it. And we didn't know what to do. We were just there for some time, so we told them, if you need us, you can call, whatever. And we had to leave, and we left. And about 6 or 7 months after we had left, one morning, my mom got a call from the kid's mom, and she was just, it was continuously crying. She was crying, and we had to console her to figure out, like, to get her to say what happened. And apparently the kid passed away in his sleep. And so that happened. And then I don't know if, like, looking back, I kind of now remember that one time the kid had mentioned, like, to me that I can't sleep, she doesn't let me sleep. And I don't know if this is my mind just playing tricks on me, or the kid had actually said that. It was like, kids say a lot of things. It was something that I didn't pay attention to, I didn't react to, or maybe whatever. And so that's kind of whatever happened. Towards the end, the parents, we spoke to the parents, and they said that the kid, it was like almost like he forgot how to talk, or he just never spoke. And that day he had slept with his he was really tired, and he slept with his head in his mom's lap, and he didn't wake up.
Oh man, crazy story.
How old is the child?
Like Suresh says, now the first time you should always listen.
He was about?
He was about 3.5, 4 when this happened.
He passed. How sad is that? I know, that's why, I feel that if anyone feels scared, the last thing a parent should do is to tell kuch nahi hota hai. You must actually give a child a lot more confidence and be with the child at that point and say, come and sleep with me, don't worry.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, okay, मैं देखता हूँ, मैं अपना बच्चा जब हो जाता है मैं देखता हूँ. Sir, thank you so much for sharing that freaky, unnerving story with us. You have a good
lived up to the title, no? At least
it was काफी creepy, a
Kafi,
little sad also.
Very sad, actually. I hate anything happening to kids anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, buddy. Have a good one.
Thank you for spoiling it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. कैसे कमेंट सारे लोग मेरे को रोस्ट कर रहा है ये कीबोर्ड का सिचुएशन में. सुरेश, किसी ने बोला कि Hoezaay's face looking for Amazon keyboards on Amazon.
Lekin, why would you keep your chai on the keyboard on your laptop?
I'm not insane. I didn't keep it on the keyboard. I lost
just very close, and you are like, talk.
I can't believe I did it. I really, very honestly, I can't believe I did it. Somebody said, I'm sure Hoezaay has a backup keyboard. Sir, you are absolutely right. I do have a backup keyboard, but I really like this keyboard also. Kya kare? Look, एक second. I'm trying to place the keyboard back inside. Anyway, Suresh ji, you said to bring in Shiva Unithan. That's the next person coming in. Straight recommended highly by Suresh. Someone that Suresh doesn't know at all. But send him a message. So Suresh is recommending them. Raj Arjun says, how do I join? Inko kaun batayega? Raj, come to the description of this video. Join the Zoom waiting room and sab theek ho jayega. Here we go. Nahi. Listen, I feel so stupid having dropped chai on this. But let me tell you, this keyboard is salvageable. I'm not going to buy another keyboard just for the heck of it when I can fix this, man. I like fixing things. I have a drawer full of trash that I have not used because I think I can use it to fix things later. Shivaji, welcome.
Hello, Hoezaay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Shiva.
Can you hear me?
Namaskaram, Suresh Jeta.
Oh,
Thank you for
Conchigare.
bringing me.
namaskaram.
Okay, I'll just get into the story. And this happened in my Kerala house. So it was a Tarwad, like it's an ancient house, almost 100 years old. And to give a context, there's two contexts. That is, one is my um if you sit at the entrance of the house, and if someone is inside the house, inside the bedroom or something, you can't hear anyone. Like it's so silent over there.
Got it.
Also, the story is 15 to 20 years ago. So, in case if my grandfather used to tell a lot of stories. So he used to like create a mahal type of thing. So he used to tell a lot of ghost stories. So him and my dad, they tell a lot of ghost stories. So they create that environment. They used to create an environment, and this kind of played my subconscious. So I was kind of 6 to 8 years old, and there's a twist to this. So I'll tell you later, and also tell you a background story around the house. So from the house till the main gate, you cannot see anything at night. You know, at that point of it was a village. It is now modified, but back then there's street lights. There is, then it's pitch dark outside the house. From the gate onward, it's pitch dark. All you can see is in case a car goes by, the light, the headlight you can see over there. So that's the context. So what happened was my grandfather used to tell us a lot of stories about this temple festivals and how monsters come out of temples, and that's what played with my subconscious that time. And he used to tell like this god people dressed up as gods and goddesses, and they used to wear this makeup and all. So I'll come to the story now. So I was sitting at the I was sitting outside the house, and my family were inside. So that time, my granddad had come back from Dubai, and he was distributing all this, gifts that he got from Dubai. He was giving it to my parents inside the bedroom. So I was outside. So as I told, if anything happens outside, they won't be able to hear anything. And I was sitting there, and I was playing with my granddad's phone, and I was 6 to 8 years old. And suddenly, what happened is on the main gate of the house is almost 50 meters far from the entrance of the house. So if I sit over there, all I can see is just the gate from the light that is reflecting from the house. And I'm sitting over there, and I can see that it's pitch dark. It's 11:30 p.m. and 11:30 in the night, and all I can see is that there's a fire, there's a light on the gate, and it is red. It's glowing now. The gate is glowing, and suddenly it is just brightening, right? It's just brightening, and as I told you, it is so dark and so silent. And right now, the only thing I can hear is, how something burns, and you can hear the sound of something burning, but it's not small. It's not a heap of leaves that are burning. It's a something huge that's burning. Okay, and it's coming closer to the gate, and the gate is glowing red. And I thought first that it was a car, that's the car's light, but now it's burning. And what I see is that it could be a person or it could be an entity, and it's in a goddess's form, and the head is on fire, and it's walking towards the gate. And I don't know what, and it was coming near the gate, and it's opening the gate now, the latch of the gate. And I'm sitting at the entrance, I see that, and I run inside. I run inside and tell my parents, okay, I see this thing, what to do. And they're like, that's nothing there. They can see from their window, obviously, from the bedroom window, they can see the gate, and there is nothing there. And my grandfather is all excited. It's like, you have seen something there. You have seen something over there. And I'm like, yeah, I have seen something over there. And my parents are like, just go to sleep, just go to sleep. And they dismiss the whole story. They dismiss the whole story. And when I was watching this ghost stories, I wanted to tell the story. So to validate this story, I recently 2 months ago, I asked my mom about it. I was like, when 15 years ago, I had this thing that I saw near the gate, and my mom was like, I think you would have. just leave it. And I was like, what? And she was like, just leave it. I think you would have. Your whole family at one point of time would have seen this thing, and just leave it. And she was so chill about it, as if it was an everyday event that people see at night.
What?
And I was like, no, that can't be possible. Now, the thing is, it's 15 years ago. I was 6 to 8. Now, I don't know. It's so long that it's so fresh in my mind, but it feels sometimes, you have the thing that, was it a dream? Was it reality, or did I make up?
And some of us can't remember last week, forget 6 to 8 years old.
Yeah, so I was telling my mom, and she was like, just, at that point of time, you were so religious. So if you believe in God, you do believe in such things as well, negative as well. But right now, you are not that religious. So you're skeptic now. I'm not skeptic right now, but at that point, I was so religious. Maybe it just played in my mind.
It's like I saw, I think this is the dialogue in a show or a film somewhere where they said, if you believe in God, then you have to believe in the devil as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So this could not be a devil, because he didn't feel threatened by what he saw. So it's something that was moving. So normally in Kerala, there's a lot of these Tarvats. I got this Tarvad Kuladevi.
Yeah, exactly.
So you maybe have been witness to the Kuladevi coming and visiting you in all its
maybe,
glory and
but
sense.
this
So
was
maybe it's a
actually
blessing.
threatening. What my grandfather used to say is that these things do come to haunt you. They don't come for a good purpose, and they come to draw some powers or energy from you, because these are not the good side of God or goddesses. These are the suppressed demons.
Yee, please.
Suppose they could just give us some lottery numbers and
The
make us win.
reggae
That's all.
shark. Anyway, sir, thank you. Suresh living in
Thank you so
another
much.
universe. Thank you, Shiva. Have a
Thank
good
you,
one,
Shiva.
Thank
buddy.
you, Suresh. Thank you for letting me in. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Have a good weekend, sir.
I got responsibilities for 2 more people to come in. Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
bye, Shiva. Bye.
Suresh, does he look exactly like Dean?
Oh yeah, man, a
No?
lot like Dean. Yeah,
Sorry, thoda insight wala. Somebody,
very
me and
clear
Suresh
and
know.
very clear and lovely way of narrating the whole story. So imagine as a kid, and I know exactly what he's talking about. So when I used to go to my father's house, my grandmom's house in Kerala, it's like a huge place with a small square in between, and with the rooms in the side, and then there's a corridor. You can go to the main door, where there's actually a space over there where you can sit and play, and then you can some far away the gate is there. My God, what a lovely vision that would have been somehow.
I think he was playing Elden Ring 8 years ago. It's okay. I'll tell you what that is later, Suresh. Let's keep going.
I know. Even I one day took my grandfather's. It sounded like Elder's Ring.
Elden Ring. No, don't do that. All right, let's keep going, guys. What a already pretty insane stream. Yeah.
बोलो सर को कहानी सुनाना है, और हमारे साथ मंदार भी जुड़े हुए हैं काफी टाइम से.
Are you sure Arun, not Arjun?
Arun story.
There's nobody named Arun story here. So are you on the same stream with us? Just checking.
Yes,
You're here only, no? Very good.
I'm very much here, bro.
You're not in another planet or anything, right? Anyway.
I am from another planet. I'm not.
He was saying Hoezaay can't concentrate on the stream. He's thinking about his keyboard. Of course, I'm thinking about my keyboard.
I can feel your pain right now sitting here. I'm just feeling
2 drops of chai there, which I've not been able to drink. Do you know what that feels like?
I could have been able to describe it better in a Kanmusti conversation, what exactly you're feeling right now. I can feel where that heat is disturbing anyway. So
no, what's crazy is that I've somehow, an idiot that I am, I've done this before, so it's not pinching me that much. I know this is going to be fine, because there is one whole layer. It's almost like a tray under this. At least this keyboard has it. The K55 Corsair has a tray underneath that keeps crap out.
Yeah.
I have no idea where the water bottle is from, Baba Bond, but I'll find out and maybe I'll post it as one of these days. RA Colony horror story. Kya bhai? प्लीज अपना स्ट्रीम बंद कीजिएगा.
RA Colony horror story हम आपको सुनना चाहते हैं, और इस कहानी को भी सुनना चाहते हैं.
अरे सुरेश, remind me, by the end of the stream we have to discuss what's happening next week, and also we got to do one more scam stream. I'll tell you why. बताएगा wild, but I don't know if I should discuss it too much also. Hello ma'am, good evening.
Hi.
Hi Uku, hi.
First of all, big fan.
किधर?
Thank
Okay.
you.
So sweet.
ऊपर वहाँ पे.
अरे
Correct,
वाह.
nice. So
I'm
it's not
watching you
moving.
since MTV, Hoezaay, and you know,
Oh,
once
no.
you came to my college and you picked my handkerchief for me. I dropped my
Oh.
handkerchief and you
But
picked it
luck.
for me.
I always worry
Yeah.
where these stories are going when they say you once came to my college. I'm like, अभी क्या बोलने वाले? No,
Nice.
so you're in your
Okay.
50s. Very nice. Let's keep.
You scared her.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
RA Colony
Okay.
horror story. Take it away.
Yeah. So, oh, I'm very nervous. Okay. So what happened is, this is not my story. This is my friend's story.
Okay.
So this happened with her sister, younger sister. So this was back in 2008, where there was a show called Stunt Mania on MTV, and
Yeah.
so there was a trend of doing this stunt riding. People used to perform all the stunts where they used to see plain road. So
जिसको भी रोडीज में अलाउ नहीं किया उनको स्टंट मीनिया में लेके गए.
Okay, yeah. So basically, these teenagers used to perform all the stunts on in RA Colony, and this girl, let's call her Tia. So Tia belonged to a very religious family, and her parents were a little strict, so they didn't allow her to go. Like, she had a curfew.
The top tier family.
Yeah. So she used to sneak out at her from her place around 1 a.m. or 2 a.m.
What?
and meet her boyfriend. Yeah, meet up with her boyfriend, and they used to do all the stunt riding in RA Colony. Yeah. So what happened is, one night she sneaked out of her house, and they were performing some stunts, and they basically ran into a lamp pole, and this is disturbing. The guy died on the spot, and the girl crashed her backbone, her bone marrow, and she was on bed rest for 6 months. So what happened is, this girl used to get up in the night when she was on bed rest. She used to do her physiotherapy and all, and she used to get up in the night at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and she used to utter something, like she used to say something. I'll tell you in the end of the after my story what she used to say. But her parents had added some extra locks on the door because her parents knew that she would sneak out of her place and she was not healthy. So what happened is, her parents went to a pandit, and she used to get lots of hallucinations basically in the night at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. She used to dream something, and she used to scream in the middle of the night. And they didn't inform her that her boyfriend passed away, okay, because she was already traumatized.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So what happened, her pandit did some puja and all, and the pandit already knew about the accident somehow, I don't know, and they asked her parents that has she met with an accident previously. So her parents said that yeah, it happened so and so. So the pandit said that basically it was her death, वो उसका मौत था जो उस लड़के को pass on हुआ, and that is the reason now that guy is behind her. Yeah. And that guy, like, people can still see that guy sitting near that pole, like his atma, and he's waiting for her because it was his death, but she was wearing a lot of Om lockets and all. So that is the reason her death
So she was
got passed
protected
on.
and he took her place.
Yes, so that is the reason he's waiting for her. But yeah, she used to get all hallucinations and all. But now she is fine after all the they went to a psychiatrist and all.
Very what's that?
Baapre.
Final
Bottom line.
Destination
Yes, Final
meets a horror story.
Also meets another basic discipline of not doing the stunt. Bikes are
Yeah,
meant to
exactly.
make you reach from point A to point B. If you want to do stunts, there are sports that you can join and do, which is much more in a controlled environment and you can be safe. But
Yeah. Every Saturday, Suresh is building, they do that. But
yeah, we climb stairs up and down. That's the best stunt that you can do. But it's so sad. I'm seriously
that is
tinge
very,
of
very
sadness
sad.
in this whole story. That nobody should ever lose their life so frivolously by doing stunts on the bike.
She's like, मेरे को lecture मिल रहा है इधर. Sorry, man.
I got some popcorns for you, Suresh.
Hey, thank
Suresh,
you.
you started like everybody's eating popcorn in their house. Amazing. Majedar. Thank you so much. Really.
Thank you so much.
Quick,
Let's be
short,
safe, everyone.
very unnerving story.
Thank you.
please
Very
be
unnerving.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
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 You're right, though, Suresh. I see so many people, and you see people really pushing it on bikes and in cars.
I've
and all.
written.
They somehow make it.
Yeah, no, I've written a story. It's a short film story. It's exactly this thing, this whole racing bit with kids in mind. I wrote a really lovely story. I hope I get to direct it someday.
Like one page?
Yeah, it's a
You said
short
it's a
story.
short story.
Oh, making fun of somebody who can.
No,
I
no.
was thinking of casting you
Just
and the.
kidding. As the bike.
Yeah. No, but I'll tell it to you sometime. Someday. It's very interesting. Yeah, seriously
Sounds
interesting.
interesting. Anyway,
It's so bad. I don't know. मेरे अंदर से कुछ इतना अजीब सा लगा.
I thought I'm only laughing nervously throughout these streams, and stream के बाद भी मैं ऐसे करते रहता हूँ whenever I think of some of the stories. अभी क्या करे सर? क्या करे? Oh no, Suresh, it's happening. I can feel it. Yee! Hello. Oh, sorry, गलत body. Hey, who's that? It's taken over by some, पता नहीं some.
अजीब है.
Was
sorry.
that cross connection? Hi, कोई आया था मेरे लिए, किसी ने पूछा कुछ?
हेलो परिणीति जी कैसी हैं?
Is
परिणीति
that
चोकरा.
Jokra? Hello, मेरे लिए एक फोन आया था इधर. Anyway, speedy recovery. Hoezaay says, Prip, thank you so much. Nikhil Nayak is missing. Pariniti Chokra waiting for you to stream Elden Ring. Hoezaay, बाप रे, अभी नहीं, थोड़ा time. I just want to say 11-11 सब के लिए. सब लोग
Oh,
ताली मारो.
11-11. जोरदार तालियों के साथ.
11-11.
11-11.
Put your hand here. It means nothing, 11-11. This is just as bad as some of the stories. It's just rubbish superstition. You're just saying 11-11 unnecessary. We will all
Who
just
said
say
it?
11-11, 11-11, 11 till
You should not
11-12.
say. Yeah.
Nee.
11-11.
This is where all the comments spike at 11-11 because of this stupidity. Anyway, yeah, we got those messages. Thank you. आप सभी लोगों के लिए, जितने भी लोग यहाँ पे super chats भेजती, तुम लोग बहुत ही sweet है. Srinivas says more the comment section episodes please. I think you mean feelings. Nothing more than feelings. देखेंगे, करेंगे. Guys, मैं परिणीति आपसे विनती करती हूँ कि प्लीज़ आप लाइक कीजिएगा, और अगर आपके पास टाइम है तो प्लीज़ ये स्ट्रीम पे भी आप लाइक कर सकते हो, सुरेश जी के पोस्ट पे भी लाइक कर सकते हो, अगर आपको कुछ अच्छा चैनल मिला वहाँ पे भी आप लाइक कर सकते हो. रोना मत सर, रोना मत सुरेश, डोंट वरी सर, इट्स फ्री. लाइक्स में कुछ नहीं है, किसी का कुछ नहीं जाता है, सिर्फ उंगली दबाना पड़ता है इसे ना, टक टक. इट्स द थॉट बिहाइंड दैट सर, थॉट है वो. ऑलराइट, सो वी हैव डिसाइडेड. आई विल नॉट से इट, बट मैं इशारा कर रहा हूँ कि आप समझ रहे हो सर?
ओह,
समझ रहे हो? एंड में हम डिस्कस करेंगे कि क्या इशारा मैंने किया था. Suresh, what is that? Every time you move your hand like that, there's a shadow that goes back and forth. It's you, only idiot. You're messing with me.
No, it's not. Which shadow?
I don't know. I don't talk about it. I want to remind people, go to the description of this video. Please come hang out in our Discord. कोई ज़बरदस्ती नहीं है आप. मतलब if you're feeling too old and you can't figure it out. To be honest, though, Discord is a lot like, I feel like the old days of using Yahoo chat and all. They're like chat rooms. I don't know if anybody agrees with me, but so if you're feeling old, please come. Oldie wala feeling aayega. Come to our Discord server. Mods, please drop a link to our server. Although it's in the description, of this video, it's also in the about section. Look, ढूंढते नहीं है. Man, people who take time to make memes about us and make artwork and stuff. There's a channel in our Discord server, Suresh, called OG Memes, where they make fun of you, Cyril, Cyrus, and me. It's damn good. I think we should start reading out from there, like how people do their Reddit reviews and all. I think अपना, but लोग आए तो ना.
हाँ.
अभी खत्म हो रहा है stream.
Correct. Hey, अभी लेकिन मंदार और
Oh, I didn't see anything. I don't know whether stream's getting over, but yeah.
I know we don't want to trouble you lots now, but Hoezaay जी अगर मैं थोड़ा सा
बताइए,
और स्किन अपना स्टैमिना इंक्रीज करके 2 लोगों को और ले सकते हैं तो.
2 लोग आप बोल रहे हैं सर?
मंदार और अरुण जी.
15 मिनट बाकी है.
15 ने मंदार.
नो, 15 मिनट बाकी है. अमनदीप बाइक वाली लड़की नींद में क्या बोलती थी, पता नहीं क्या बोलती थी. मे बी शी वाज सेइंग बंद करो, हम लोग सिग्नल पे हैं, एज इन वो इंजन बंद करो, सेव पेट्रोल, किसको पता है. एनीवे, लेट्स कीप गोइंग गाइस. इफ़ यू फील लाइक 2 और स्टोरी रहना चाहिए, सब लोग टाइप करो. हार्ड नॉक की तरह नॉट लास्ट स्टोरी, फिर मैं डिसीजन लेगा कि लास्ट स्टोरी है. आई एम जस्ट किडिंग. लिख दो नॉट लास्ट स्टोरी. सुरेश कौन बोल रहे थे आप? मंदार.
मंदार.
There's nobody named मंदार over here.
और अरुण करके कोई नहीं है.
अरुण भी कोई नहीं है. There's
मंदार कोपकर.
अर्जुन is there.
अर्जुन is there. ले लो अभी अर्जुन.
ठीक है, आप बोल रहे तो अर्जुन को लेके
मैंने तो
आएंगे.
कोशिश बहुत किया अभी को भी.
I think they're just messing with you, Suresh.
मस्कीटो भी कुछ हो रही है अभी.
Oh wow, it's the Matrix forest.
It's had to set the vibe in.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Hi. You just told me how to get into the stream because I was the one who asked.
Mandar Kopkar. You are Mandar? No, he's Arjun.
I'm Arjun. Somebody here.
Yeah. Arjun.
Welcome, sir.
Hi,
Arjun.
Yeah. Hi. How are you?
ठीक है. चल रहा है अभी. बिचाई गिरी है.
I've come not with a friend's story, not with my grandfather's story. I've come with my story. I have something that happened very recently in December. So this, I usually ride a lot. I ride for like 6-7 hours at a stretch. I do a lot of touring. So I've got like one big box on the back of my bike and I do my tours. So in one of these long stretches that I was doing, kind of like was late at night. And this was from a place called Chikmagalur all the way to Mangalore in Karnataka. It goes through a
beautiful stretch.
It's
really
a beautiful stretch. But the only downside was this was after midnight. And it's pretty much super dark. And it's very dark. It's super foggy. It's somewhere in December. It's winter. And I'm doing the stretch. And then I reach the checkpost. And there's this rainforest named Agumbe Forest. And Agumbe is known for its king cobras and it's a super dense rainforest. So the checkpost, folks are like, you can't go through right now. It's too late for this. I'm like, no, I need to reach Mangalore tonight. So I am like, I need to go this way. So they give me their number in case something goes wrong and I go in. So on my helmet, I've got something called a Sena, which is basically a Bluetooth system that connects me and my bike and can listen to the map. I can listen to songs and all that. So I'm riding down Agumbe and I'm riding down the stretch and I lose the network because it's a rainforest. It's super dark. 40-45 minutes into the stretch and there are hairpin curves and there's so much fog I can hardly see. And now it's total silence. It's just the bike, the rainforest, just a very few lights from the canopy and all that coming through. And then I see in the foggy light through my headlight, I see a kid crouched on the side of the road. And by this time, 45 minutes of not seeing any vehicles around, 8 hours of riding down there, your mind starts playing tricks on you. So I go a little closer, slower and closer, and I see that it was not a kid. It was a couple of rocks kind of like crumbled and fallen down there. So it looked like a kid crouched over there. So by this time, you're a little unsettled. And then I keep going. You can hear static because network comes and goes. A little more distance in front and right in front of my helmet, because it's a little foggy and there's condensation, there's a lot of water droplets across my helmet visor. I see a face looking at me. And this is out of nowhere, right in front of my face. I freak out, I panic, I kind of like slow down. But then I realize it's just my eyes reflection because of the water droplets in front. This is part number 2 where I'm losing it. I've jumped out of my skin twice. I'm already unsettled. There's no one around for miles been riding through this dark. And then finally I see streetlights in front because it's more of a downward slope. And I'm riding towards this. I'm like, finally civilization. And I move towards this bit. And I'm like, as soon as I get out of this bit, I need to call someone. I need to talk to someone because I need that kind of a conversation now because I'm already freaking out. Just as I take the curve out of Agumbe rainforest towards a village, I see this woman on the road. It's sometime around 2-ish in the morning. And this woman's just walking down the road and she's limping. More like dragging a foot than limping. And then I get closer and I realize she's not crossing the road. She's walking towards me in the middle of the road. And by now I'm freaking out because I've already jumped out of my skin twice. And this lady is just walking forward, no expressions, no emotions, just looking at me and the bike. And it's a huge bike. It's a 1000cc Africa Twin. It's a huge ass bike. And this lady does not move. She's in the middle of the road. She's walking towards me. And I'm slowing down, trying to, not freak out and run into her. And I swear when I go, I don't even turn back. And she just keeps walking. She just keeps walking. And I still do not know if that was a woman, if it was something else, if it was... And I don't want to know. I'm usually someone who's very skeptical about these things, but there are some things that I don't want to know because that gives me more peace because I still do a lot of rides. So something that happened very recently. and kind of like stayed away from Agumbe post midnight. Learned my lesson the hard way. I think it's something I wanted to share, especially with all these stories coming in.
Yeah, wow. So 1000cc bike ke saath raat ko do not travel.
Yeah, I learned it in the most supernatural way than mugged up way.
So wait, what happened then? The lady just disappeared? She faced
the lady. She was there in the middle. I swerved past her, not very fast because it was a curve and all that. In the middle of the night, the roads are really bad. She never moved. She just stood in the front of the road, walked towards me, not even crossing the road. There's literally just one street light, no houses. 2 a.m. I do not know where she was going. Just walking towards me on the road, not even crossing the road. That's where I freaked out. And I'm like, and then I just hit the road and I just reached back where I had to reach Mangalore. And I'm like, no more night rides in rainforests.
Wow. At the next place, you're like, Bhai sahab, aapke paas 2 minute hai baat karne ke liye. Please just let's have a conversation. Just talk about life, your family.
Yeah,
thank you, Arjun. Thank you so much for sharing that story.
Thanks for having me on the stream. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I think next time you should always, but isn't that one of the codes where you always travel with somebody else? You should, right? In general,
but I'm more of a solo, right? Because 1000cc bike, having someone behind is a lot of responsibility. I like my rides solo. So
maybe another biker next time. Yeah, I'll be like, ma'am, please thoda side me. All right, Arjun, thanks so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Bye.
Thank you.
Wow.
Or maybe what if that lady was actually trying to sell Singh Chana in the night to the people who are going by?
Suresh, I believe during this time you were shooting for some show in that area and you got lost.
Lady dressed up like a lady and walking in the middle of.
No, you're dressed as a normal self.
I need.
But pretty scary. Riding around alone, I don't know if that's such a great idea also. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you, Gayatri. Lots of love to you and Hoezaay, sir.
Anyway, so many of you guys type not last story. तो चलो जैसे हम लोग बहुत बड़ा काम कर रहे हैं. चलो कुछ नहीं है. Just have to press the button. So, अरे, he was there in the chat. Cyril Diabs.
Oh.
He's in the chat. Cyril, you come next week, okay? Or come now. I don't know. He's not even come to the Zoom area. Sab log Cyril ko pyar do. Drop some peaches. Drop some bengans. He likes bengans, I believe. You can drop bengan emojis in the chat. Anyway, here we go. Going in for our last story. We shouldn't say that actually. But, okay. Let's see what we got.
Is it Mandar? Pramod Rao.
Stream complete now.
प्रमोद राव को पहले कोई देखा है.
प्रमोद. Welcome, Pramod.
Hey, what's up? I didn't expect this to happen at all. I was like, last person will definitely not be me, I thought.
Yeah, you're the opposite of Boni. You're the Zoni ho gaye really. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for letting me in.
Pramodji, you have something scary to tell us?
Yeah. Like the ritual goes, I have to tell you how big a fan I am of you guys. And
5 minute le lo, no problem. 5 minute off for you. Just kidding.
I actually, I don't know, this seems quite weird, but I made notes as well.
Oh, no, it's good. I think people should make notes before, because when you get onto the stream, it's live and all, so sometimes you end up, hum log bhi harbada jate hain, like Suresh and me. So please go for it, sir.
Harbada.
Yeah.
Harbada jate.
This is something that happened to my granddad. This was years ago, I think probably about 1970s or something. And my dad told me this story. And so he used to live in a village that's like in the corner, it's on the border of Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. And so he had maybe an acre or two of paddy field. And he had this weird habit of going probably after it gets dark, so he can just see if everything's fine and all of that. And then he would leave a little bit of water and then he would come back home. And so the paddy fields were like across a small hill. And there were 2 routes to it. One would go around the hill and there was another route that would go over the hill. So he usually would take the one that goes over the hill because there were small houses there, and he kind of knew the people there, so he would talk to them and count. And while he was coming back, there was a small path that he had to take to get home, and he sees that there's a lady sitting by the side of the road. And because it's a small village, he kind of knows everybody in the village, so he kind of didn't recognize her. And he was like, who are you, and all of that. And she kind of didn't respond at all. And then he probably would have asked like 2 or 3 more times, but then she didn't answer. Instead, she stood up and she started walking away from him. And my granddad thought this was really weird, and he also started walking behind her, not because he was too curious. Of course, he was a little bit, but then that was the only way for him to like go home. So he kept following her till where he had to take like a left to go home. And then there was another path that goes right. And just a few feet away from that right was a well. And she started walking towards it. And then when he took the left turn, not bothering to ask her any more questions, she turns behind. And then she's like, if you had followed me further, then I would have really shown you who I am. And then she jumps into the well. And then my granddad freaks out. And he was kind of a brave man, I guess, because he went to the well to check what happened. And then he sees nobody there. And that kind of freaked him out. And I think he's had probably similar experiences before, like with ghosts and all that. So he just turned behind and went back home. And I don't know what happened after that.
Crap. How do you stop thinking
Wow,
about
man.
something like that? Well. Oh, that would have really like messed with your mind, bro, if something like that happened.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I swear. My dad, when my dad told the story to me years ago, I freaked the fuck out. Yeah, but now it's like I've kind of told it to many of my friends, and it's become so regular to me. So even now, when I think about it, it's not a big deal. But when I first heard, it was really freaky.
But like Kapil Khatri has mentioned over here in the chat, really scary experience, but could also be a great prank.
It could be, but then when you jump into the well,
no, I'm not saying this was a prank. I'm saying that in general, any YouTubers into this sort of thing, you make a secret entrance in the well and all kudta. Like what? Anyway, bro, freaky stuff. Thank you so much for sharing with us. NLS, ये है ही LS, ये streamy LS. निकल जाओ. All right, buddy. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Yeah.
Creepy story. Pramod, great way to end today's stream. Suresh Menon, what would you do? Lady jumps into the well and tells you if you had followed me further, I would have shown you who I really am.
Pray.
Moving on swiftly from there, Cyril was in the chat a little while back. He just came अपना handkerchief फेंका ऐसा और वो भाग गया. And I just want to say, wow, another crazy, unnerving, eventful stream. अभी खत्म हुई है स्ट्रीम. NLS मत करो, हो गया LS. अभी इससे ज़्यादा नहीं कर सकते हम लोग. सुरेश जी डोंट वरी, ये है LS. सब लोग बोल रहे हैं NLS. एक ही बार आप NLS कार्ड यूज़ कर सकते हो. समझ रहे हो? एक ही बार. NLS, not last story. Suresh, being on the same stream, so clueless. Kanishka says nothing, just send us a message. Thank you, Kanishka. Kitna sweet. Sandeep D. Suresh, some recommendations for you. Suresh sir, please try out flavored fox nuts. In case you get excited, it's makhana, Suresh, not really fox nuts. As popcorn alternative, you like it. They're actually really good. I mean, they're actually really good.
They actually got funding on Shark Tank also. Makhanas ke liye.
Makhanas, what is that fun there?
अपने Shark Tank ने.
Acha, special. Yeah, but what is this? Just makhanas anyway. I don't know. Maybe some special way of doing it or something.
They had made like popcorn. ये बनाए तो लोग ready made.
You're the target group. Kushagra Divedi, thank you so much. Don't worry, Suresh sir, आप बिल्कुल tension मत लो. आप आए आज इधर सुरेश. इतना आपने साथ दिया हमारा. इसके लिए हम धन्यवाद कहना चाहते हैं। और अगर आज हम ये स्ट्रीम नहीं करते तो मेरा कीबोर्ड बच जाता। सो एनीवे, इट्स ऑल, लाइफ इज ऑल अबाउट गिव एंड टेक। गिव समथिंग, टेक समथिंग, टेक समथिंग अवे। क्या सोचें अभी?
Maybe मैंने सोचा, maybe I had a pre-nomination about this.
Another drink for my friend Suresh Menon. He's there, table number 2.
I'm so sleepy.
All right, Suresh, here we go. We're ending the stream. Before we go, quick update. Next week, Suresh Menon will be taking over from the garage that is in his building. So he will be, he's going to be fixing everyone's cars in his building. So he might not be able to make it next week. Am I right, Suresh?
I think the week after next.
क्या?
Week after next.
ये this week you said ना?
24 तारीख से 24, 25, that weekend.
Are we losing you? What's happening? I can't tell. You said 16th, sorry, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, you're not available. So.
No, 24, 25, 26, 27.
अच्छा, so you're saying अगले हफ्ते होगा अपना stream?
हाँ.
Oh, तालियां.
अच्छा, ऐसा नहीं, ऐसे मैं रिक्वेस्ट यहाँ पर करना चाहूंगा और मेरे तमाम ऑडियंसेस और तमाम जो मेरे साथीदार हैं जो शो पे नहीं आ सके आज, सिरिल जी और सैरस जी, मुझे छुट्टी पे जाना है 4 दिन के लिए। हो सके प्लीज होज़ाई जी को अकेला मत छोड़ेगा।
Can you fill in? This is like those employees who are really tired and they're like, please आप आ जाओ ना, please मेरे को एक holiday दे दीजिए आप, please. Suresh, I like how you're making this appeal to them, like as if they're watching the stream.
Cyril is watching, obviously.
Not even taking our calls.
Cyril likes that. Yeah, that's also true. I called up Cyril thrice today. He didn't take up.
You had the wrong number for many years, but sir, so guys, just giving you a heads up. Agle hafte, not this one, the next week, Mr. Menon taking a break. So most likely we'll take a break. So you have to start campaigning now for Cyrus and Cyril. अगर वो लोग आ सकते, then maybe we'll try to do streams that week. Otherwise, सब लोग छुट्टी ले लो, कुछ gaming, shaming, Discord पे कुछ करेंगे. What is this? कौन है ये? Black balls and these nuts. Just what kind of a strange way to end our stream, but thank you so much. We really appreciate it. और कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप सुरेश मेनन? मैं तेजी से एंड की तरफ जा रहा हूँ. Wonderful, always. Yeah.
ना मुश्किल से मैंने अपना आँख ओपन रखा भी.
So we'll do another 20 minutes then. I'm just kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of another episode of Ghost Stories. We'd like to say a big thank you to the one, the only Suresh Menon.
No, I'm not going to lock up.
So I'm motorboating. Anyway, thank you so much, sir. Big thank you to Harami Chat, all you crazy people, all our mods. Cyril, if you're still watching, mariga tiriko milte online games खेल के. We'll see you on the next episode of Ghost Stories. Good night, everyone.
He'll be back.
I completely messed that up I pressed the wrong button. It's just not my day. It's the chai and the keyboard day. So here we go. Post-credit scenes this time. Suresh losing his mind. Thank you everyone for being part of Ghost Stories. We'll catch you on the next episode of Ghost Stories.